Bam, we're live. What's your wife's Instagram account, John?
mustardseedcrochet.co.
Mustard Seed Crochet. I got the most amazing CEO pillow right there. You can get an Austin Hatfield bunny. You can get custom stuff. You can get a Colton Merton piggy. You can get
a Hiller bat. You can get a Hiller bat.
I haven't seen the Hiller bat. Is that on her IG?
It's pretty cool.
Wow,
it's pretty cool.
You can get a no rep bat.
Oh, Bill, do you want to see your mermaids, or you want it to be a surprise?
No, man, make it be a surprise.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I got mermaids for my girls.
Wow. Okay. And so custom order, Bill did a custom order mermaids for his girls. In the center square is J.R. Howell. He is the director of the Crash Crucible, owner of CrossFit Crash, Still Above Water. That will be this weekend. The first event will start Friday. We will be broadcasting live early. When is the first event, JR?
10 a.m. is the first heat for Friday.
10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That means
10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that means we'll probably be going on at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to start getting the insights from John Young and Bill Grunler, who will both be on the ground there. Everyone knows John Young from JY Barbell. Everyone knows Bill Grunler from CrossFit Inferno, Get With the Programming, and, of course, longtime commentator of the CrossFit Games. I'll be trying to do some pre-shows with a larger cast of characters. Hopefully, I'll be able to join these guys throughout the weekend, and then we'll get Chase on for pre-shows and post-shows. Also in the house, Tyler Watkins of the Heat One app. We are going to use Tyler like Diddy used Bieber. He has this amazing app called the Heat One app. It has all of the workouts in there. We are going to go through the workouts this evening. We are going to pick the winners for you, so you don't even have to worry about that. There are 7 workouts. There are 2 on Friday, 3 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. There's a master's comp and an individual comp, both sexes, men and women. A total of, I think, 98 athletes will be participating.
That sounds right.
Throughout the weekend, big names: Olivia Kerstetter, Colt Mertens, Taylor Self from Kill Taylor, Kyra Milligan, the new voice of CrossFit, Caroline Stanley, the Crop Top King himself, Nick Matthew, Lydia Fish of CrossFit Crash, last year's CrossFit Crash Crucibles fame.
You got it.
20 years old.
runner up last year. Runner up.
That's Kamala impersonation. Chris Ibarra, the unknown, the super dark horse, but it's the dark horse has never been used better for anyone than Chris Ibarra, right, John?
Yeah, get to know the name.
Yep. Carolyn Prevost from Canada, always a serious threat. Jacob Marlowe, not to be confused with Jack Farlow. Sam Stewart has been a guest on this show. Winner from Kill Taylor. Matthias Porter. Brittany Weiss of the famed Weiss sisters. Staple over there. Used to be a staple over there. I'm not sure if she still is over at CrossFit Invictus. Jordan
Chefs.
Jordan Chef.
I thought you were going to start whistling right there or something.
Famous for her name, if not her CrossFit prowess. Elizabeth Wishart, had her on the podcast this morning, a serious threat, winner of the
NorCal Classic.
Classic. She proved that she can keep her head in the game until the final workout.
I'm pretty sure Brittany Weiss won the NorCal Classic last year, correct?
That rings a bell.
I don't think she won it. I thought she was on the podium. That was her and Lauren Fisher were both there.
Tyler,
I think she won it, though.
I think Brittany Weiss won something pretty notable.
No, she definitely did, because we were talking about her.
Right.
Tristan Harris, also contestant on Kill Taylor. Drake Lewis, Caitlin Sanders, Sam Demeester. How do I know that name? Has he been to the games?
Yeah, he's on Mayhem's team. He's Angelo's teammate.
Okay, Angelo will be in the house. Maximilian Krieg, that's a giant dude, right?
Max Krieg is big. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Big guy.
Mary Saunders. Let's see if there's any other names. Oh, Jessica Collegian, our own Mitchell. What's the guy's name who rides the bike in the chat? Mitchell.
Mason Mitchell.
Mason Mitchell bangs her. She's cool. Bailey
Rides the
Demena.
bike in the chat.
Yeah, he's the bike guy. Great name. Oh, Joe Piero also was on Kill Taylor. One of the times we had two people on at the same time. Stout motherfucker. Wrestler. That's the wrestler dude, right?
Yes.
So before we get into the workouts, how did these people make it? Oh, Hunter Osmet. How did these people make it to Crash, Mr. Howard?
I think we went down to maybe 12 through the qualifier for the men and 10 or 11 for the female. And then the rest of the spots were filled via like top 20 semifinalist criteria or previous individual games athlete. So someone like Sam Stewart, even though they didn't compete at semifinals last year, he's been to the games individually. I put that out there for anyone that wanted to come. So no matter how young or old or whatever you are, if you've made the games individually, I extended an invite.
Did you have to turn anyone away?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, well, that's nice. Sorry, this is a little more classy. Audrey, you're right. Mason's Beaver. That's a little cleaner. Thank you.
And Sevon, to the Crash broadcast team text thread, I just sent like pictures of all the workouts, so you could probably pull them from there and it would look better on the screen.
Okay. I don't know if I have that skill set with this. Oh, fuck it. I'll try. Exciting lineup. How would you rate this compared to previous crashes, Mr. John Young, the senior analyst in the CrossFit space? By the way, Brian Friend sent John and Bill and I a very thorough Google spreadsheet. So thank you to Brian Friend for sending that. Also, tomorrow morning, we will have two experts on the show. And when I say experts, I don't use that word loosely. They will be telling us about the exerciser. If there's anything you ever wanted to know about the exerciser, tomorrow is the show for you. It is going to be a huge, huge show. We have a doctor of men's sexual
Penile
part
function.
Thank you. And then we have a
Bill's
woman.
out. That's too much for Bill.
Sorry, Bill. And then we have a woman coming on also. I forget her title. She's an expert also, just to make it really uncomfortable. Okay. John, this year's crash compared to last year's crash?
Yeah, I mean, I think of all of the year's crash, the men's field.
Bill, sorry, Bill. I won't talk about the exerciser anymore. You won't have to leave anymore. Go ahead, John.
The men's field has always had some heavy hitters, and then the women's field has been mostly semifinalists, mostly that you wouldn't have heard of unless you were like a really nerd on the sport. I think there has been very fit women who have done crash, but usually the men's field is always a little bit of a cut above the women. This is the first year where, and JR, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first year I feel where the women's field is just as good as the men's field. And you have top tier talent that have made the games before, that have done the games before, and then people that should make the games that haven't yet. And then you have semifinalists, like all the way down the line. This is the most talented crash field, the most fit crash field I think there has been.
Yeah, this is for sure the first year that I think the women are the headlining field. Like there are, I mean, factually, more games athletes in the female field than in the male field, and multiple time games athletes also.
Well, that's good. So this is going to be the big one.
It's going to be every single class is going to be really class of athlete is going to be really fun to watch.
Keep talking. I'm looking for where I downloaded those workouts.
Professionals. Yeah, I agree.
I'm interested to hear y'all's picks on who the winner is going to be for the women.
The women is hardest to make the picks
women.
For the
it's
team.
Crazy how hard to pick for the women.
Why can't you pick Kerstetter because of just the lane she's in?
Nope. There's one workout that she's going to be absolute trash. And she is going to be great until that one workout, and it's going to be like Laura Horvath.
Right.
And when you have a handstand push-up workout, specifically a deficit strict handstand push-up workout, if somebody struggles in that and they take a second to last place or last place, you're out. It's not good enough. Doesn't matter. Now, P score might be the way out of that, but she would have to like do something crazy.
It's probably gonna punish anyone more that has a finish well below the middle. And I mean, Tyler can kind of explain that to everyone listening, but what P score does is really, really penalize you if you have a hole more so than competitions normally would.
Well, and I think if you have, I don't see an event. She'll do good on the events, but she doesn't have her home run.
There's no snatch ladder.
Hit.
Correct.
Right.
That's what's
going to kill her.
I don't think she usually takes a step above everybody else with that one event, and and that one event for her is also matched with running this year. So she just doesn't
deadlift. I mean, there's a lot of women who can deadlift heavy. It's not like she can't just cycle it better than everybody.
Right.
Like Carolyn Prevost is going to be better than her. Right. Like it's not. I agree 100% with y'all are saying, but that one workout will be the reason she does not win.
Let me ask you guys this.
Probably podium, to be honest.
Where we at?
Drop her to 5th.
Where we are at in
That's a great prop bet
in the season between the games and Rogue. What kind of shape do you think these athletes are coming in? Are there athletes? Is everyone coming to win it? Is Colton coming to win it, or is this just a training camp for him? Is Taylor coming to win it, or is this just a training camp for him?
I don't think Colton has a training camp. Colton comes to play. You know what I mean? Like I know that most athletes are going to have a peaking to their season or whatever their big events are for the year. But you have guys like Taylor. Like Taylor's ever ready. I mean, the guy goes on vacation to Italy and he's doing, all right, come and race me for $500 event, and then jumps right into the NCC right after that. So, like Taylor's in a state of pretty much what 85, 90, 85, 88% of what he's going to be kind of all the time. I think Colton's kind of the same too. I think everyone else is like, it's still kind of fun time. I don't think that they have that same grit like those guys do.
I was thinking about this for Crash because like I've been on record calling that Chris Ibar is going to win the Crash Crucible. But like the more I think about it, like not making the games, Colton has been training through all of this. So like Chris takes a month off and then comes and does Crash, getting back into it. I feel like those people that did not make the games almost have an advantage in this competition because they didn't peak down. You know what I mean? They didn't take that time of leave. Yeah. And everybody that did the games is absolutely going to.
Actually, they took their month while everyone was training for the games. They took that time off to like wipe the tears and all that. And then while they watched everything at the games happen, getting pissed at the fact that they weren't there to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And that, I mean, that's fuel that for an athlete, that's fuel for the fire right there. So if you see them competing and you want to be there, you're already training through. So you're right. These guys have just taken their month off, whereas everyone else is 2 months into training of normal training. I'm not peak training, but like they have their foundation. Like,
and I mean, if you're not doing Rogue, I would mini peak for this. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
A name I forgot to mention was Fee Sagafi. I don't know how I missed her. So someone like her didn't make it to the games. Definitely super duper high respected. Great place for her to come and get her confidence back. Show up to Crash and put the smack down.
I think that it's a safe place for any of those athletes. Like they want to come in and win. Like from an athlete's point of view, you don't go to a competition just to have fun. Like you're there to smash people's faces in. Like that's just what you want to do. But it's a safe place, especially at this time, for any athlete to, I mean, you cannot, your out will always be, well, you know, I really haven't been doing a whole lot.
It's someone flushing a toilet. What's that?
I don't know what all that is.
Nope, it's not Bill.
It's probably me, I guess.
Yep, it's Tyler. Tyler,
how's it you, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing down there?
Back there, buddy?
I think it's the AC.
All right,
man.
That's the AC that sounds like a Diddy freak off.
Right, totally. But I think that it's a safe bet for those athletes to go for it, you know, and throw their hat in the ring, get after it, see what they do, see how they feel. If they do great, cool, yeah, I feel great. my training's going great. And if they don't do great, it's like, you know what? It's early in the season. My head's okay. I just came here to have fun. It's a safe way to have all those excuses work while still checking the box to see what's happening. But no athlete wants to come in and just, I just want to get some training in. No, but none of them is going to go there and do that.
Let me get your guys' perspective on this. I'm gonna start with Tyler, then we'll go Bill, then we'll go John, then last we'll go Mr. Howell. What is Crash? What is the reputation that Crash has? If Rogue is the strong man, if CrossFit's the test of fitness, if Wadapalooza is the swim with the dolphins, Tyler, what's Crash? Does Crash have can you pigeonhole the programming here?
To me, it's proving grounds. It's exactly what JR laid out in one of their videos. It's where if you are hopeful to go to semifinals and do well, you go. And if you are hopeful to make it to the games, you go and prove it to yourself that you can.
So, and that is the reputation that it has, right? The guy who finishes well at Crash, okay, that's the next, you're probably going to make it to the games. Bill?
Yeah. I think what it is, proving grounds to see if you should be there. That's one thing. I like the fact that it's a super intimate setup to do things that you're not going to do normally. And that's the test. Like, that's where you're like seeing if your game's ready, because it's not a semi, like, even though we have semi athletes there, the movements and the way that JR puts the workouts together are not, they're not normal gym workouts that you're going to see in like quarterfinals or even semifinals. I think they're weird enough to be games level, where it's like, oh wow, I have to really use my fitness to see where I am, and kind of go from there. And I like that JR is creative in that. So I think it is you're getting what you need to get without having to go to Dubai and not having to go to some super extravagant event to really test and see where you are if your game's ready.
Bill, so games without your dick in the dirt. It's
Yeah.
like games without
Yeah.
John, thoughts on what the reputation is for Crash?
I think the reputation is two things. I think one, you're always going to get something funky. It's going to be something that you and Bill hit on this. Like, I think JR prides himself on having stuff that you can't necessarily train for. And so like that, when you can't train for something and you just have to adapt on the fly, or like it's something your gym doesn't have, like, and not, they have a week to, a couple weeks to prepare, but that when you have to adapt, that shows true fitness. That shows who, like, fitness you can't prepare for, right? And this was always my argument against Jeff Adler, that he has to prepare for it. If he can't prepare for it, he has problems. I think Jeff would have problems at Crash Crucible if he didn't know what the workouts were a month beforehand. Because you're always going to have something funky. And then secondly, I think it's shown, like, if you win Crash, you're a games level athlete. Like, if you look at all the winners previously, they find their way to the games eventually, if not the next year, if they hadn't already.
So you have a kind of a games comparison too, the same way Bill did, meaning Bill's was it's very he compared it to like similar to the games, but you're also comparing it to the games in terms of there'll be some classics there, but there'll be an unknown element there.
Correct. Yeah.
JR, how do you program for Crash? Do you have thoughts on it? Do you have a bias?
Yeah, I was gonna say these guys are all really nice because I'm sitting here. No, I mean, I don't think there's.
Andrew will make a video tomorrow that.
Other than what I said, I think it's trash.
I don't think there's a whole lot of mystery. I think after year one, it quickly gained the reputation for being really skill dense and really, really high skill, usually in the gymnastics. From the first year, I mean, I've never programmed a 1 rep max lift or just a rested lift, and I never will in a competition with.
Thank you for that, by the way.
With 6 or 7, I just think it skews the leaderboard too much. But I mean,
I hate that. I hate
full deficit parallel handstand push-ups have been programmed twice. Pegboard has been programmed twice. Handstand walk obstacle has been programmed 3 times. High volume ring muscle ups have been programmed every year, or at least big chunks of them. Like, and that's fine. But generally, I would say it swings heavy to the odd object side, so away from the barbell and high skill. And this year is a lot not what last year was, purposefully to try to get back to that year one feel of just good, really hard work, because all these workouts are hard. They're just hard. They're all hard. And if you're really fit, they're a lot harder. So there are a couple in there that some people may just have to stand around a little bit, but there are a couple in there that there's no excuse to stand around too. So I think there's some good balance there.
When you're doing that, and that's a question that I have for you is, do you see a particular athlete in mind when you're putting these together, or are you thinking, okay, these are going to be games athletes and they should be able to do, or are you just like, oh man, here we go, here's my clay and I'm going to start creating? Because I know you're a creative nerd like me and Chase are with that kind of stuff. So which way do you go with that?
Yeah, I think the person I have in mind is usually games level, always. It's not necessarily like a perennial top 5 games athlete, but I think about, hey, how would someone like that do? And having Jason here at my disposal, I mean, I do use him. He has messed with a couple of these workouts because I do need to see what the fastest end would be. And there are guys that are going to be able to put up faster times than top 5 games athletes on workouts like these, because a lot of them are so specific in what they're testing. Like, we'll get to the workouts, but if Colton does purgatory at the games, I don't think anyone can beat him at the games. Like, I just don't.
Workout number.
I just think a workout with 100 thrusters of any kind and 100 chest to bar is you're probably not going to beat him.
No, not probably not. Won't.
I mean, maybe Austin. Like he showed that he could. That if he would have been in this field, maybe they can go rep for rep and something like that. But I just don't.
It'd be cold in Austin and then a big gap.
So it doesn't matter. Like, he didn't make the games this year, but obviously he's games caliber and he's made the games before. So I think of, hey, what can the best person in the world do on this workout? But also, because Tyler can speak to this a little bit more, I take the responsibility very seriously to create workouts that have separation, no matter if they're 4-minute workouts or if they're 24-minute workouts, because there has to be separation. There can't be everyone finishing within 1 minute, because the scoring table just doesn't work that way.
There was a difference between you last year and you this year that I've noticed. Because I think we were still figuring out, like, first we did Z score and then we did P score last year. And we were like, my sort of style, and JR and I have talked like at no end about this, is that, like, I like to see the extreme stuff, like the weird, like, one-off niche. I like niche fitness. And I think he pushed his programming more and more in that direction, especially last year. And then this year, he sort of like did that within fitness, though. Like, it's weird because it is like, it's not niche, but it is, in that, like, you have to be able to tolerate workload. So it was just interesting to see that difference this year.
Well, dude, everyone can do thrusters, man. Like, we got it, and if you have these athletes that are here, like, everyone can do burpees, everyone can do snatches, everyone can do, thrusters. So I always like when someone can find a way to, I mean, and it's skill-based for sure. But we're supposed to be not just fit, we're supposed to be relatively athletic too. And that's what John's talking about. Like, when it comes to like Jeff Adler, Jeff's extremely fit, not very athletic though. Jason Kalipa was the same way, very fit, but not very athletic. And he pushes that envelope. And so I love seeing that. But it's a fine line. And I know that, like, you ride on the one side of, like, what, the grid is great. Grid is awesome. We should all do grid. Who's
the most athletic CrossFitter, great CrossFitter of all time?
Great, like, actually good CrossFitter?
Rich.
Yeah.
Rich.
And athletic.
Athletic.
Are we talking about, I mean, I think Neil Maddox was pretty athletic. If we're talking like elite, like, if that counts as elite, if you want to say fitness and elite, then yeah, I mean, Neil Maddox could jump.
And then I would put Pat and Spencer Hendel right behind Rich. I would.
I don't know about Pat, but for sure Spencer.
What about common era, like guys that are still around now?
You think? Wait, real quick. Do you think Pat can play basketball?
No shot.
You think
No.
he can dribble between his legs?
He's
and
a
shit?
hockey player. No
I think
shot.
I think Pat can
Viral?
run and cut and move laterally, and I don't think
okay.
a lot of people can even do that.
Okay.
I don't know. I think Ricky's probably pretty athletic.
Oh, Ricky would be a good pick on that.
Ricky's the biggest athlete. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Trying to
agree
think
with
through
Rich though too. Rich could do it all.
Like back in Nate Schrader back in the day. We'll talk
Right,
about just
dude,
run
Nate was-
faster, jump around. Like,
Right, totally. You want to
Hefner a
know?
good athlete? Is Hefner a good athlete?
Yeah.
No,
I
he's
would
way
say, yeah.
more
Yeah, he
fitness than
is.
athlete. Way more fitness than athlete. Dude,
You don't
I
think
saw
he's
that
athletic?
guy. No, I'll show. So that brute. It's not. I forget what it's called. There's a YouTube thing with the Hepner. He went on there with a Olympic weightlifter and then a power lifter
Oh
and a
yeah,
bodybuilder.
yeah.
And dude, they went to ball sports and he was the worst one. He like couldn't throw a football, couldn't shoot a basketball, couldn't kick a soccer ball. It was ridiculous.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
All right. I get it.
Yeah, Barber. If you want to go really old school, Barber was crazy athletic. Yeah, Barber.
Well, you know what's crazy is I think he was athletic mostly because his whole upbringing wasn't CrossFit. Like take Dallin Pepper. Take Dallin.
Is Dallin athletic?
Is he athletic or is he just a really good CrossFitter?
I don't picture Dallin or James being athletic, but I have no. I need to see him play flag football, or I need to see them dribble a ball. I need to see him do something, hurdles. I need to see something.
I mean,
Dallin played sports.
Jason's really athletic.
Jason's athletic.
Yeah.
His highlight reel's crazy.
He's just not
Crazy.
athletic with gymnastics, but sports he's athletic. I think the freaking pan chicks are athletic.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
I would say
yes.
them.
Scott, yes, Scott is crazy athletic.
Ben Smith.
Ben was athletic.
Because he
baseball player.
he did. He played baseball. The way I look at it is any of the people that did a lot of things other than just lifting weights and thrusters and burpees. And he did. He was always outside.
Athletic though.
No, I think that they are the least of the athletic people.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying
100%.
baseball. That's literally like
I
they
don't.
move the least amount of all the ball sports.
I'm not saying that because he plays baseball, he is athletic. I always saw those guys swimming. They were always out riding their bikes. They were always doing stuff outside and stuff. So I just see people that are actively like their whole world is not in the gym. The second you start going outside of that, then you can start, increasing your athletic ability. And his dad was an old school athlete.
And outside fitness is completely different.
Yeah, 100%.
This is a good point. The way Spiegel moved at the Rogue event.
Spiegel's very athletic.
He's very
athletic.
Dude, that was shocking how fast and how agile she was.
Paige Semenza's pretty athletic. She's a sneaky one that you don't really think about.
Dude, Tommy Hackenbrook, that's a good one right there.
Mm-hmm. He's probably the most of all time.
Football, and then he did the broken skull challenge thing. He was the guy on that before Hunter came around.
And hey, I
CrossFit
put Carolyn Prevost up against just about anyone in a sport who's going to be at Crash.
Dude, she's going to be. I think she's going to be tough this weekend.
Extremely athletic, hockey, martial arts. She's got crazy skills.
No, Phil Toon. No, sorry.
he can't even walk without waddling now. Like guys, like come on now. Like
that's like saying the Liver Kings.
Phil Toon is a sob like 240 now, man. Like that 5'8" body.
Okay, guys, go on over if you want to follow along with me. I'm going to fill out my Heat One app now. I'm going to use the boys to do it. You can go over to Apple if you don't have the Heat One app downloader. You can go to the Google Store, download the Heat One app. You're going to go on there. There's a hamburger in the upper left-hand corner. And you're going to click Crash Crucible.
Yeah.
Instead of a drop-down menu, something will pop up at the bottom. Click Crash Crucible. It'll pop up, and your screen will look like this. It'll say Heat One Shot Caller, and it's got a little bit of a different format since the last time I've used it. And then there'll be 7 bubbles for 7 different events. And then I'm gonna click Event 1, and then I'm gonna click Mail. And I'm going to choose here in a second after I pick the boys' brain a little bit. Here we go. Event 1, Crash Crucible. Let me see. Entire screen. Let's see if I can get this. Bam, there it is. 3 rounds for time. 10 dumbbell clean and jerks, 100-pound for the boys, 70 pounds for the women. 10 ring muscle-ups. And then 10 dumbbell snatches, 100 pounds for the boys, 70 pounds for the women. 3 rounds for time. You guys, I mean, this got Kerstetter's name on it.
No,
No.
it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It
You think-
does.
you
It
think-
actually it actually does. I've been told some really
you guys
wild information about Olivia and testing this workout, and I'll leave it at that.
Hey, you guys think that 10 ring muscle ups is going to stop Olivia Kerstetter? No, it's at the higher numbers that shit gets weird.
All right,
30?
I'm gonna go find this exact information, JR, and
What did you think?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not from
not
anyone involved with her.
Let me ask you this: what did you think? What did you think? You think
then I
that,
don't believe it.
is that what you, is that what you guys are suggesting, that the muscle ups would slow her down?
No, I don't think they will, and I think she's going to go touch and go on all 60 dumbbell reps, and I don't
Absolutely.
I don't think anyone else in the field will. Honestly, not all 60.
My pick for this is Kyra Milligan.
Okay, so sorry. Let's go to female. So John has Kyra Milligan. Bill, who do you have? We got Kyra, Olivia, Carolyn Stanley, Fee Sagafi, Lydia Fish, Carolyn Prevost, Brittany Weiss, Wishart. Hey man,
I think Prevost would be good on this one.
Wishart got really far in the thruster workout at NorCal.
She got 91. I went back and looked at that, and she got
That's
91
not a bad
reps out of
pick
the
at
100.
all. That's not a bad pick.
Yeah,
at all.
but
She's a
you
stud.
have to be good at ring muscle ups to do that. You have to be like, they don't affect you very much. I'm just thinking of who can get through the 10 ring muscle ups every time, and then I'm looking at the dumbbell, right? And because there is not a lot of girls, I think, that will go unbroken or close to it the whole time.
Yeah,
John's picking Kyra Milligan.
Yes.
I don't think there's a lot of guys that are going to unbroken on all 3 sets of 10.
That's my point. I think this is more of a ring muscle up workout than a dumbbell workout. And of the people who you would put at the top with just ring muscle ups by themselves, the best one at the dumbbell, I think, will win of those people. Now, if Olivia can sneak into that tier, and I just don't know something that JR do's, then yeah, Olivia's going to move the dumbbell better than everybody, right?
How are Allie's muscle ups?
Sirky?
Yeah,
I have no idea. We'd have
you
to
have
ask
to get.
Colton.
You have to guess she's strong.
I don't think we could just bank on that because Colton's strong.
So who do you have, Bill?
I had Carolyn Prevost.
Oh, okay. Tyler? Sagafi?
Kyra.
Oh,
No, you can't take somebody's. You gotta say a different name.
You're doing
picked there first. You were
No,
asked
We
first.
will go down in line. JR got the first pick next time, and you'll
you
get
can
your
pick,
shot.
you can. I think he could. Why? Who picked Kyra? You did, John.
Yeah,
Why can't he pick Kyra?
because that's the rules that I just made.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Then we might as well outlaw Colton, because whoever's going to do that is going to pick.
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
Hey,
It'll be
I-
fun. You'll get to have to freaking figure out who else is going to be good in the workout.
but I think Tyler's picking Kyra
All right.
because, like, he likes Kyra. That's like home cooking. He
That
likes
sucks. You
her
can
and
pick her
Kyra.
when it's the 4th event.
Yeah, but I don't think that's an honest pick on his part. Pick who you really want, Tyler. John,
No,
just
I
picked-
really do. I mean, John picked her. I really do think she's going to do well. She's great at cycling anything like barbell, dumbbell, and then like the muscle ups. Like, she's capable of those muscle ups.
Who are you going to switch to?
Carolyn Stanley.
Oh, good pick. All right,
There we go.
JR, you
There we
picking
go.
in this game, JR?
No, I'm not picking winners.
He picked
Putting other
Olivia.
workouts. No,
I'm
I
pick-
didn't. I just wanted to.
You
I
said
wanted
Olivia
to.
was
I
gonna
wanted.
crush
I wanted to try to.
everybody
I
in
wanted
this
to try to.
workout.
I wanted to try to educate you guys on what I've been told, which was that this is not going to be a poor event for her.
Same thing for the boys. 30 pounds. Bill, pretend like JR's not here. Are these weights right? 170. Is this a right? Is this equal?
Oh, this is good because
Is
this is something I went back and forth on this a lot.
Is this are we like? I'm gonna make the presupposition that JR wants equal times. Did he nail it?
With the 170.
Yeah,
JR's
170.
face.
That he wants the cycling. That's not what you were going for, JR?
It was more important to me to keep the muscle ups 30 because the standard is 30 clean and jerk, 30 muscle up, 30 snatches for time.
So you take the weight. Go ahead.
So I was thinking about doing 175, which is more comparable for sure. However, if I did that to preserve the stimulus, I probably would have needed to bump it down to 7 or 8 ring, and I just didn't want to do that.
Let me see if I understand. You're saying you used a lesser weight than what would have been ideal for this workout because you don't think that there's a way to scale the muscle ups for women. And so
I didn't want the women to be slower than they're already going to be.
Okay.
But it's not negotiable that there's 30 ring muscle ups is what he's saying. So
the top male times, like the top 10 male times are going to be, I don't know, probably all sub 930. I don't think there's gonna be that many sub 930 females. That's what I'm saying. I think more of the women push toward the 11 to 12 to 13 minute range than do the males.
So back to you, Bill. Did he do a good job with these weights?
Yeah, totally. I mean, because it's very what he wanted. He wanted the standard. He wanted something to be similar to that. He broke it up, which is good. I mean, you're going to have definitely some grip intensity going through these, but yeah, I like what it is. And even if you do the classic 70%, that's in there. But I like the fact that you kept the rings at 10 and didn't go to 8.
Yeah, but I mean, very plainly, it's the dumbbell is harder for the men. Mm-hmm. The muscle ups are harder for the women. Like I acknowledge that. That's 100% true.
Yeah, and but it blends where it needs to be. Where it needs to be blended. I think there will be guys that push the ring muscle ups harder than the women push the muscle ups. I think that
sure.
for the men, because if you come down on a ring muscle up, the time it takes you to get right back up on the rings is a lot longer than it is for me to put the dumbbell down and break the dumbbell. But the women, it's like, okay, I need to be strategic about the ring muscle up now.
Yeah, this will be really interesting to watch the juxtaposition between the males and females, because to Bill's point, normally, these women would touch and go the 70 and destroy it. But because there's so much interference with the gymnastics and the weightlifting, the clean and jerk is a pull and a push. The muscle up is a pull and a push, whatever. They're going to be trying to make sure they don't blow up in round 3. That minute rest is sneaky.
Dude, that's so evil.
Because it baits people. It baits people into coming out faster than they should.
It will make people go unbroken. Is what it'll do. Yeah.
And it will also, you'll also get to see who's fit and not just who's got good muscle stamina. Because if it was just 3 rounds for time of 10, 10, 10, it would just be who cannot blow up. You wouldn't see as much intensity. But this way of doing it, where it's 3 little mini races, and you have to stand there and watch the person next to you cycling dumbbell clean and jerks, and then you get to jump in, it's just going to make everyone try to go faster than they want to.
Yeah, the round 3 is going to be awesome.
Have no idea what the clean and jerks are going to do to the ring muscle ups. The clean and jerks are going to affect the ring muscle ups way more than the snatches are going to. And the fact that they're right before the ring muscle ups, I think, and that's how it is in the standard. It's kind of beautiful.
Do you have to do clean and jerks? Can you do 10 snatches both times?
No, you have to. It has to be 2 distinct movements on the clean and jerk, and then 1 fluid motion on the snatch.
You like that, Bill?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And the 1 minute rest shows consistency with what JR was saying earlier about his programming. He wants to make people. The point is that you should be moving, and so that 1 minute rest basically is telling you like, hey, every round is a fucking race.
And it baits you, and that's what's cool when the programmer has those little hooks in there, and it's like, come into my little spider right now, come into my web.
You have to take the bait, right? You can't be like, oh, I know this is a trick. You have to be like, fuck, I know it's a trick, and take it.
Well, everybody knows. Everyone knows what that's gonna do. That's what I mean. It's like, okay,
it just takes one person though to like be like, I'm gonna go unbroken. Like just to
it will.
It will. Everybody. It'll keep on baiting other people.
Yep.
Alternate arms on the clean and jerk and snatch.
Yes.
Yes.
By the way, JR, I'm not saying Olivia would be bad at this event. I'm just saying I wouldn't pick her to win it. I think her strength alone, she'll be good at the event. I just not like to win is what I was saying. I don't think it'll be a bad event for her.
Barry McCockner, if Halpin was here, we would have had an Excel spreadsheet of the athletes. Okay. Brian did send a really nice Excel spreadsheet. Okay, let's go over to the boys. Taylor Self, Colton Mertens, Nick Matthews, Chris Ibarra, who I think has like rabbit speed, Jacob Marlowe, Sam Stewart, Matthias Porter, Tristan Harrison. Guys, got any picks here?
I'm going to take Colton.
Good one.
Thanks. I don't think it's a given that he wins this, but
it's not.
That's who I'm taking.
Okay. I think Taylor's going to do really well on this. I'm going to say Nick Matthews though.
Nick Matthews.
With his strength, I think he'll do.
He's the guy that I think is going to go out too fast.
Yeah, we'll see. I know. I mean, he's a strong cat. He pulls a lot of stuff off the ground. He's got a decent gymnastics. I think it'll be pretty good.
Gee, it's not a bad pick at all, man.
Taylor,
but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy because I think Colton, it's just because
Taylor's not going to win the event easy. I agree with you.
He has to. Don't overestimate. He's got to be extremely diligent, and it's like Colton is very methodical. Taylor's going to be even more methodical, and now there's going to be urgency involved. If you slip up on one rep with these guys, you're not going to win.
Taylor's smart though. Taylor is going to execute to his ability, and it's either going to be good enough or not good enough. But I mean, Taylor is one of the best at executing to his ability, even if he can't win. You know what I mean? Just executing his best performance in a workout. I think he's very, very good at that.
I'm going to tell you guys the winner, and I can't believe you guys overlooked him. He has the best engine in the top 10. His nerves are going to be he has the best legs in the field. He's built like a fucking fire plug. Matthias Porter. And then Taylor will take second to him.
I didn't know there's a swimming pool in this workout.
I'm telling you, this guy is a freak of nature. If his nerves don't get to him, and he's going to be great. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it up for the whole weekend. That'll be the tell, but he's going to crush. Okay, on empty, I'm going to pick Taylor Self. What are you going to pick for empty, Bill?
I already said Nick Matthew.
No.
You get an extra pick.
You just get an extra pick. It can be man or woman.
Okay. Man or woman?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Wishart.
Okay. Tyler.
I am gonna go Drake Lewis, but that's because I'm skeptical because he hasn't proven himself, but I think he is capable of winning this workout.
And Mr. John Young.
Just another person.
Yeah, you just got to pick another person who you think could it can be man or woman. It's just called the empty field.
The flex pick.
Yeah, flex pick. Yeah.
Okay. We're doing the Heat 1 thing.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I got you. My bad. I'm sorry.
Promoting the Heat 1 app, John. The Heat 1 app.
I got you. Let's go. I'm just gonna trust JR's source. Let's go, Olivia.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I don't
180
think.
there.
Listen. Here's the thing. There are very few people that I trust with who to pick. Oh, hey, this person's gonna be good at this event. Very few people that I would trust over myself to making a pick on an event. And if JR has a hunch, I'm not gonna bet against that hunch.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the information I received wasn't false, then.
And then if that information is false, JR, I'm gonna totally commentate on Crash and say that JR said she'd kill it. I don't know who he's talking to.
JR got bad info.
Hey, dude, she's gonna come out and put a fucking clinic on.
I don't see her not destroying this next one. That's kind of just my opinion on that.
She's gonna put a clinic on. I'm telling you. Event 2, Midline Sadness, 6 rounds for time. Wow. 12 for the boys, 9 for the girls on the ski erg. 12-meter handstand walk, 36 feet. 12. Don't tell me.
You got it. Look at the last 3 letters, and then you'll
Medicine ball, glute, GHD, sit-ups. What does that mean? You just hold it here?
Well, you got to touch the ground with the ball.
Touch the ground, touch the foot pad. Yeah.
Okay. 12 medicine ball, GHD sit-ups, 20 pounds for the boys, 14 for the girls, and 12-meter handstand walk. So you'll ski erg, walk across the room, hit the GHDs, then walk back, and the erg will be waiting for you to start round 2. Handstand walk must be unbroken, 15 minutes. Just really quick before we make our picks, John, where's the breakdown in this? For those of us who don't compete, where's the like, oh shit, that muscle is going to be toast?
I mean, like it's in the name. It's just a midline workout, and it's how hard do you want to push the ski versus how good of a handstand walker are you? Like if Danielle Brandon was in the field, I'd probably take Danielle Brandon over everybody. It's just straight line speed, even though she
480 is 480, and
yeah,
the time really does, like on paper, people will say, well, it's only 72 cals and 72 GHDs, but it's 480 feet of handstand walk. It's all handstand walk.
That's a lot. 480
but
feet.
Time wise, it is almost exactly the same. Per movement, time wise is almost exact. The med ball GHD and the ski is going to be between 30 and 45 seconds. That's about how long the handstand walk is going to be times 2. So you handstand walk 40 feet. I mean, that's going to be 10. That's going to be 15 seconds. You do it again. There you go. So it's very, very balanced time wise. The sticky point of this workout is rounds 5 and 6.
It's 40 feet, guys. 40 feet.
It's 40 feet. Yeah, 12 meters is 40 feet. So 80 feet around. Yeah, I'm just really OCD with numbers. That's why I put meters. Who is going to wait before they kick up on rounds 5 and 6? Who's going to take a few breaths? Who's going to think about the 40 feet a little bit, and who's not? Who's going to go right to work after the ski and after the GHD? And who is skiing to hold on at the end, and who is skiing maybe building speed at the end is going to be a big part of it.
And 6 rounds is enough where like everybody's going to be hitting that ski hard, and that's gonna lead to like it's very fitnessy. This is a handstand walk workout, but I feel like it's a very breathy handstand walk workout. Like less,
and it's that kind of medium time
more
domain, and that's kind of what I did on the first 3 workouts. Like that 10 to 14 minute time domain doesn't get hit a whole lot. It's normally 8 minutes or under, or it's normally, in the higher teens or over it. That middle time domain doesn't get a whole lot of love in competition. So that is something like going to this. I was like, hey, let's get a few that are a little bit over 10 minutes. Let's get a couple that are a little over 10, but under 15.
Also, to what
ahead,
John was saying about the handstand walk is that's not a short handstand walk to breathe on. Like going into that with your breath already high, that's long.
Bill, what round does someone kick up to the handstands and they're like, "Oh fuck, my core's toast"?
4.
4th round.
If they were racing in the beginning, they'll get up and they'll be like, they'll come off the ski and go to that first in round 4 and be like, "Oh, okay, I'm feeling that now." Especially if they're one of those athletes where like the legs really kick over and they're like way
scorpion down,
overextended. Yeah.
Who's the best? Who's the best handstand walker in the men's division?
It might be Chris.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who's the best who is it, Tyler?
I'm just shaking my head because John's got a boner for Chris.
And
you just asked me, okay, who's the best squatter, Tyler? I guess I'll say Colton. Does that mean I'm hard on Colton? No, it's
probably.
I'm sorry that
just
I'm
a little.
speaking the truth, Tyler.
Just a little.
JR, you are on this show. And I just saw your text. And who's the best female handstand walker?
Lydia Fish.
By far?
No, not by far.
And isn't that been a hole in Prevo's game in the past?
I think it's just double unders that she says that
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
still
double
is
double
kinda-
unders are
Okay.
her big deal.
Okay. All right. For the boys, let's give it a pick. Taylor, Nick Matthew, Chris Ibarra, Cole Mertens, Jacob Marlowe, Sam Stewart, Porter, Justin Rhodes, Tristan Harris, Drake Lewis, Sam Demeester. The list goes on and on. Bailey DeMena, Joe Piero, Travis Moore, Corby Foxall. Go ahead, John.
I'm gonna pick Chris Ibarra.
Chris Ibarra.
I think him and Taylor are 1 and 2, and I almost think there's a little bit of a gap.
What about Colton cycle rate on the GHDs?
I think it's negligent.
Okay. Bill.
Yeah.
Negligible.
I would negligible.
Yeah.
Negligible. I was gonna say I had my pick on Chris on this one, but Taylor's a good pick. Yeah, I don't think even though Colton can move fast on the med ball clean, there's too much handstand walking. So Taylor. And there's no backwards handstand walking. It's all straight ahead.
And what about Colton's focus? Does he get points for his focus? That he's able to stay focused throughout a whole workout? And as we get into the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds, some of these newer guys like Ibarra might lose their focus.
It's more ability than focus, man.
Yeah, he just goes. He just turn on the switch and he's just going to do his thing.
Tyler.
If Bill's going to pick Taylor, I'm going to pick Nick Matthew. He's powerful. He's good at handstand walking. The question is, does he have the fitness to last the 6 rounds?
Nope. Taylor is going to take the first round out hot just to say who's who. Nick's going to follow him. Chris is just fit enough that he'll be there. And Nick's going to fade round 4, exactly what y'all said. They're all going to be round 4. Colton's going to be 4th out of the 4. And then Nick will fade. Colton will stay steady pace. Chris and Taylor will race. And then it'll be Chris and then Taylor within 10 seconds of each other.
Shit, we don't even need to go now.
I've already said
everything.
what's going to happen. I'm preparing you, Bill, for whenever you commentate. So I've already said that's what's going to happen.
I'm going to pick Porter again, but I'm picking Taylor on my app. Okay. For the women, 9 cows on the ski erg, 40-foot handstand walk, the 12 med ball GHDs, 14 pounds, 12-meter handstand walk, which is 40 feet. We found out 15-minute time cap. It's 6 rounds. Kerstetter, Stanley, Kyra, Fee, Lydia, Prevo, Brittany, Wishart, Nina, Jessica, Saunders. Who's your pick, Tyler?
I'm going to go with
Lydia. Kyra Milligan.
No, Lydia Fish.
Wow.
Why?
Okay.
Wow.
We'll wait till my turn.
Go ahead, Mr. Grunler.
I'm going to say Brittany Weiss on this one. Gymnastic stuff.
She's got the length for the ski as well.
Yeah.
By the way, you can see who the top picks are when you look. 70% of the people have picked Kerstetter for this.
Because 70% of people are correct. I think Olivia Kerstetter wins this, and it's not close.
Because she's good upside down?
She's good upside down, but she's going to ski faster than every other female. That's where Lydia Fish is going to come up short. Lydia Fish is going to be fine on her hands. But Olivia, I think Olivia's fitter than Lydia. That's hard to do. Lydia. I think Olivia's fitter than Lydia, period. And this is a fitness test of handstand walking. Lydia will be great because she's the best handstand walker, in my opinion. But I think Olivia is going to mash the GHDs faster than everybody. I think she's going to ski faster than everybody. And I think she'll handstand walk 3rd fastest out of everybody. And that equals a win, no problem.
JR, you gave us some insights into the workout earlier about I'm guessing this is from your testing. Your time on the erg and the GHDs is equal to the time upside down. Anything else before I give my pick that you want to give us? Is it metabolic?
I mean the name is midline sadness, but honestly, for most people, it's going to be a shoulder tricep stamina situation on the handstand walk. I will say though, purposefully, there's a lot going on from event 1 to event 2 that's going to carry over. So that same pulling and really like dense upper body push and pull fatigue is gonna come into play here on this one too.
Yeah.
And they've all tested it, so they know for most people, we're not expecting the med ball GHDs to get slow on the last couple rounds, and they do. If they weren't med ball, it'd be a completely different game. But the fact that they're holding that med ball the whole time and their arms are under so much tension on the ski and handstand walk, they start to have to use their quads and hip flexors and their midline more. They're not really able to kind of throw that ball forward and sit up as aggressively. It's good. It really is all about what happens late, though.
Well,
I don't think
skier,
I don't think you'll be able to see. I don't think you'll be able to know how it's going to unfold until, like Bill said, like rounds 4 and 5.
the way that most of them are going to move the ball, like they're not going to sit up and move the ball at the same time. They're going to move the ball up first to lighten the load a little bit, and that pulled over is the exact same thing you're doing on the ski erg.
Right.
So you're basically getting a double pull and then a double handstand all the way through the event.
Yeah.
Well, and I think what I thought of when I saw this workout, and it's not a 1-for-1 at all. Okay. You cannot use it as a 1-for-1 at all, but you can use it to see who's good at handstand walking in a straight line, fast, tired. And that's the semifinal workout with the row handstand walk.
True.
So like if you had somebody in your head, oh, I wonder if this person will do good in this. Let's just see how they did on that workout. Right? How did Olivia do in that workout? I don't know. Let's look it up. I'm gonna tell you something. She beat everybody. She was first place. Right? And I know rowing is wildly different, but I think she's all right on the ski erg too. Like I don't think the ski erg and GHDs are going to affect her, and she can beat the fittest women in the world on rowing and handstand walking fast in a straight line. It's way more handstand walking. I get it. They're not the same event at all. But if you're curious if somebody does good, if they do good, that's not a bad event to go look at either.
No, fatigued handstand walking.
And Olivia was better than everybody.
Yeah.
I'll pick Wishart, but I'm putting Kerstetter in my heat one out. Yeah. No. In my flex, I actually put in Porter. I think you guys are really gonna be.
You pick Porter for every event, Sevon?
I think you guys are going to be really surprised.
Hey, Sevon, I'll bet you 100 burpees that Matthias Porter does not come top 3 in one event.
100? John, you just lost so much money this week.
I have not. When the Chiefs win, I won.
Oh,
that's fair. No, I've actually made money this week, Tyler. I've had my worst week ever, lost so much, and I made $50.
Listen,
so go check again, Tyler.
That's not even
That's
not even like a very confident bet. You got Colton Mertens, Taylor Self, and Nick Matthew at the fucking event, and you're giving me he's not going to finish top 3. Thanks, appreciate it. All right, you're a good dude. Okay, event number 3, the Pilgatory. I don't even know what the fuck a pill thruster is. Someone tell me what a pill thruster is. JR?
It's like a one-person worm.
So it's a sandbag and you go like that?
It's a long like cylinder.
Okay.
And you're going to turn it to the side like you would see the teams do. So you're going to go over the head.
Is it made of hard rubber or is it a bag?
Yeah.
Hard rubber.
It's like,
Okay. So it's like a bullet. It's like a what are those things girls put in their vaginas to get the blood?
A tampon?
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those. Like a bullet.
To get the blood.
Get the blood.
How old are you again?
I'm sweating like a pig. It's hot as fuck. I wanted to try to wear my CrossFit Crash sweatshirt the whole show. I couldn't even make it fucking 2 seconds. 50 pill thrusters. Tampon, 100-pound tampon over the head. 70 pounds for the woman. God, you got a lot of equipment, JR. 50 chest to bar pull-ups. 50 pill lunge anyhow. Okay. 50 chest to bar pull-up. 50 pill thrusters. Just one round for this one, huh, JR? Going easy on him?
That's it. Up and back. And the third, in my estimation, very generous time cap. And then after this, they start to not get so much. But these first 3, like, everyone's probably going to finish it.
That's what you want, right?
And
that's what you want early in the competition, I think.
And when they do these lunges, I guess they'll be feeling day 1. This is start of day 2. They'll be feeling day 1, their midline.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a there is some there's some posterior midline for sure with the low back with the dumbbell, clean and jerk and snatch, and then with the med ball GHD. That most people aren't able to stay super upright in a squat with something like this than they are with like a barbell. So I think they will feel it a little bit in their low back. But this to me, some people would probably argue the bike double under, but this is the purest capacity test that there is in the competition.
John, this thruster translates to a regular thruster. If you're good at thrusters, you're good at pill thrusters.
I mean, yeah, if you're good at thrusters, you're good at pill thrusters, but I don't think it translates. I think it's more like a 115 front squat.
There's very, very, very little there's very little pressing, right?
It's just clearing the head, right? Like worm style.
You're just ducking under. Yeah. You're
Right.
The standard is they just have to see air, right? Between pill and shoulder. So there's not going to be much extension going on. It's going to be fast. They're going to be out of breath from the beginning to the end. It's just going to be, there's nowhere to hide for sure.
And then also, I'm guessing it's like round like this. Is it like this?
Mm-hmm.
And then long. So it's basically the weight's off your midline. So that's also going to be a pressure on the core.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot of core in most worm movements that individuals don't really get to feel ever, which is kind of interesting. Like when you look at Brittany Weiss, Molly McGrandy, Sam DeMeester, like look at some of the people who you may not normally think to do really well on any of the workouts to do well on this, to have team experience, because those 100 reps and that lunge, they're just used to that unilateral loading that a lot of individuals are not used to. And most of them didn't buy one and don't have anything comparable other than a feed sack. And it does not feel like a feed bag. It does not feel like that. So the people who get for on Wednesday or Thursday and they get to play with it for a few reps, like there's an element of adaptability for sure. Because there are going to be people that wobble and stumble and move their feet during the thruster and get a no rep. And, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for people to take breaks on the thrusters because it's just awkward.
Have you ever tried putting a tampon under the upper lip, and chug a beer? It was a thing when I was at uni. What fucking country are you from? Uni?
Sweden.
Was that college for non-binary? Uni? I don't. So
That's Europe, dude. Europe. Everyone in Europe says that.
It's Sweden.
All right. I don't know.
So I tried to do these thrusters with a sandbag, and it wasn't great.
Hey, is this pill pretty? Do you feel anything moving around in there, or is it packed tight?
No.
So it's just like it feels like a hard block of rubber.
Mm-hmm.
I think how long is it? Is that like it's like 2.5, 3 feet?
Yeah, I had the specs pulled up for somebody.
Well, I didn't know. I wasn't trying to have you like give away the.
No.
But
is it a Rogue? Yeah. Is it something you can get at Rogue?
It's Dynamax.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just said, man, that would be so awkward.
Okay.
At speed too. At speed.
Yeah, maybe. people who are a little bit more coordinated and can get a rhythm doing something like that, it's pretty cool to see because a lot of people cannot, and they do the thing where
athleticism
where they do a rep and then they stop and they do another rep and they stop. They're not letting the pill come down on them like a barbell thruster where it just makes contact with them at the bottom of the rep.
Yeah, I saw Brooke and Jason do these, and they looked good.
Is there any purchase on the front rack? Any?
It's on the shoulder.
On the shoulder, yeah, that's what I mean. Like on the shoulder, on the collarbones, do you get any purchase? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. I kept picturing it like this. Okay, and you had to pull your head out of the way. Okay,
it's aesthetic though. Like it's cool to watch when you watch people do it smoothly. Like there'll be people that make it look like an air squat, and there'll be people that make it look really heavy. And that's a common theme here. sure, the deadlift is the heavy workout, but it's just because of the rep scheme that makes it heavy. The dumbbell is annoyingly heavy. The pill is just kind of annoying. The sled is like you gotta work to get the sled to move. There isn't anything super heavy, but there isn't anything really light either. So all the weightlifting kind of matters in all these events.
Do comments work tonight? No. Okay. For the third workout, for the boys, John.
This is Colton, and nobody will come close. This will be the widest P score we see in an event.
Tyler, if someone like Colton does this in 10 minutes and the next closest person is 10:30, no, let's say they do it in 10. Colton does it in 10. The next closest person is 11:30. Can you estimate about what the second place person is going to get points wise? A minute and a half faster.
No, I mean, not just based off those two data points.
Because you have to have them.
You have to have the last, right?
You
I
have to have the
median.
middle. He's got to have the middle. That's what it's based off of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like the craziest I've ever seen is like 20 points.
And that was Olivia's snatch ladder, correct?
Yeah.
So I mean, I would say like 12.
Yeah.
12 points. Like a Colton, I mean, we can compare it to another Colton home run because like when he hits a home run, it's like that every time. I know it's not one for one, but it's usually like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
When Colton hits a home run.
Bill.
I mean, there's no one else to pick out of that. You know what I mean? Especially for the guys.
I got two.
All right. Here, I'll put this one for you. I'll put this one for you, Sevon. Just because you're right, he is built like a brick shit house. Matthias Porter.
Okay.
There.
You're gonna trip on my pick. Who do you got, Tyler?
Sam DeMeester. I think the team stuff's really gonna come in handy for him.
I'm stuck between. I'm gonna pick Colton for my Heat 1 app, but I'm stuck between Joe Pirro because he's got the grit to push through,
and he's short,
and Maximilian Krieg. I'm a little worried about Maximilian's chest to bar pull-ups. But that pill is going to be fucking nothing for him, and those lunges he's going to fucking mash.
I mean, this one, like I don't think Nick Matthews is a bad pick on this one. If you're not like after Colton, I don't think he'll get second, but I do think he won't do bad at it. You know what I mean?
Hey, and Chris Ibarra, I think is stronger than people give him credit for. Ibarra.
He's much better at. He's kind of like Haley Adams. Like if it's a weight that he can move it forever. But it's the top end stuff that hurts him. Which is good for this.
How did Maximilian do it? Semifinals. He was at the West Coast, right? He was an impressive creature. He was a monster.
He's in the top 20.
He was.
Yeah,
all right.
I think so.
All right, I'm going to switch mine to Ibarra. I think I'll actually pick. Yeah, you can. I'm going to pick. Ibarra probably for my flex. Okay, females. Who? Oh, wait. Before we pick females, Bill Grunler. Are these weights divvied up appropriately? 170.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I don't like that answer. John Young.
Why?
How did JR do?
Good.
Should be 80.
I honestly do not.
No. Listen, okay. So here's the deal with the pills.
Okay.
They come in two sizes. They're actually called a slog, but I couldn't think of a cool nickname, a cool name for the workout by calling it a slog. What are you gonna call it? Slogger, slogging through the mud, whatever. It's just purgatory is cool.
Bog.
So yeah, there's two sizes of the slog. There's a slog and a slog mini. They don't make 80-pound slogs in that smaller shape. So when you see them, that thing for a lot of the females is going to be almost as big as they are. Just the circumference of it, it's just huge. So the smaller version of it is a lot easier for a smaller framed person to handle. So I was like, hey, I should probably get the 70. because if not, the women aren't even going to be able to balance this thing on their shoulder. You know what I mean?
Their slog is smaller than the boys'
Yes.
slog. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Not only does it weigh less, it is smaller.
You might could have went with just the slog, like the thing.
That's such a creative nickname.
What?
It's such a creative event name.
At the Diddy Mansion, there was a slog hem room and a slogger room. They had one of each.
It really does look like a pill. I guess I could have called it like surprisatory or something like that.
No,
Yeah,
purgatory is so much better than that.
Surprise!
If it was a barbell or a dumbbell or something like that that wasn't filled with sand, then I can see where you have to kind of fight to get the numbers more correct or whatever. But this isn't like the 150, 100 sandbag sort of thing.
Right.
I think it's fine. And the rep scheme is fine. I mean, you have 150 reps of that dealing with that thing. So 10 pounds, it's fine. 170, you're good. I think you're good.
Oh
Slog
wow,
fest.
Jamie Latimer.
That's a good one.
That's
That's
the
a good
best
one, Jamie.
comment of the show so far. Slogfest.
What about slog me?
Slog meat or slog me?
That's the winner.
Slog me. Slog me. I guarantee you,
extra
if you came
slogger?
out with that name and
The
didn't
extra
say
slogger.
anything, people would be like, "What the freak is that?"
Super slogger.
Extra slogger.
I like the extra slogger.
And Harrison, will Colton get to use a 100-pound smaller slog? That's a great question, Tristan.
Tristan is competing, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
You better watch out, Tristan. He'll come over there and grab your slog right in the middle of that workout.
God. Yugoslagia. I bet. Slogfest. Yes, that's an interesting name. All right. Oh, the suppository. That would be. That's actually what I would have suggested.
The desolation of slog.
I
Okay.
don't mind that, man. I mean, only nerds would get it, but I like that one.
That was for JR.
Okay. For the girls. God, it's so obvious. Tyler.
I agree. It
PC.
kind of is.
Who?
PC coffee.
Fisi. Okay. Mr. Grunler.
Man, I like Prevo on this one.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, look at what she did on the
Yep.
Cal
She's
Sue,
great.
dude.
Yep. She's awesome.
All right, Dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
This is a sneak peek to our crash commentary.
Oh, I can't wait.
Everybody
All right.
tune in.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I'm having second thoughts on my guess. I'm gonna have to ask JR a couple more questions before I pick mine. John.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record. I'm gonna say Kyra Milliken.
Kyra Milliken. Okay. JR. This one really hurts, huh?
Really hurts.
And
it hurts if you go slow or fast. It's gonna hurt.
And
the pill starts getting wet. You got to advance it every 10. You put it down. You're not picking it right back up. It's not like a barbell because it's slippery. It's sweaty. You have to get it in the right spot. It's just not.
Clip that.
It's just not fun.
Clip the hell out of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
gritty. I mean, it's a gritty workout for sure because chest to bar is so much less reprieve than people think when they think gymnastics movements. A lot of times they're like, oh yeah, you can breathe through the gymnastics and you can kind of recover on that. Not on chest to bar. It's way too fast to cycle time. Your heart rate's not going to come down at all on that movement. So I mean, yeah, the lunge is sure. Is it maybe the easiest part of the workout? Probably, but you're going to be hurting a lot more after it because a lot of them are going to do that unbroken. A lot of them are not going to put it down.
Is Kerstetter going to gas?
Like, is she going to gas out on something like this?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think she has a pretty heavy, like the stuff that she used to do with Hepner. I mean, like she can get gritty and she can deal with the pain, but I think that I think she's going to have a harder time with especially the second round of the chest bar pull-ups.
I don't think anything's stopping her, but I just think other girls will be faster. But nothing's gonna I think she'll be top 5 still, just by fitness alone.
Who's a better CrossFitter, Stanley or Oh, go ahead, Jared. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Stanley really has flown under the radar. I think Tyler picked her once, but like she's arguably the fittest person that's in the field, and no one's really even talking about how good she is.
CrossFitter, her or Fee Sagaffi?
Her.
Stanley is?
Yeah.
The workout really is like how you manage the last 50 reps. That's the workout. Because in testing, like when I did it, when people tested it, they're split on the first 50 and the last 50. Everyone that did it was 2-to-1. Everyone that did it was 2-to-1. So if they did the first 50 thrusters in a minute and a half, it took them 3 minutes on the back half. If they did them in 2 minutes, it took them 4 minutes on the back half. So other than the outliers, like, I mean, Colton, I know, posted that he's coming to do all the gymnastics unbroken at Crash. That means he's doing both sets of 50 unbroken on this workout. And I don't see someone like him planning on putting the pill down. So other than the outliers, I think how people get through the last 50 thrusters is going to decide. Like, you're not going to be able to look at this workout and think, oh, well, they're ahead on the lunge, they're probably going to win this heat. No. I think there's going to be a ton of movement just in those last 50 reps.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm calling BS. I don't think Colton can do the second set of 50 unbroken.
Didn't he do something like that at Granite Games?
He did
like
36. It was 2 sets of 36 split up by power snatches, way less conditioning. Okay.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just happy I remembered that.
I got you. It was a bigger break in between what this is.
He's arguing with Colton, even though he's not here.
But this is 50-meter lunge, and then you have 50 more chest to bar. No shot. I hope he watches this. No shot that he goes on. He could try. He's going to be ahead of everybody. He could try and still afford to blow up. I say no shot that he goes second set of chest to bar, 50 chest to bar.
Hey, what was that final workout at the games that James broke up all crazy? What was that workout?
The thrusters, chest to bar thrusters,
bar muscle up.
Wait, are you talking about the last workout?
Yeah. What was it? Yeah. What about someone doing that? What about someone doing breaking these all up into 25s?
I mean, even 4 sets of 25 to me is extremely impressive.
Yeah,
it's not that you break it up. It's how long you break it up.
Well, how long? Because you'll sit there.
Do you not want to break the pill? Do you not want to ever put the pill down if you can avoid it, JR? Like if you had to rest, is the chest to bar the place to rest? Is the pill just a fucking bitch to get back up?
No, not in the first 50. It is in the second 50. It's hard to make yourself stay in the fight, so to speak. Like you put it down, you just want to take a couple steps back, and you don't really want to go walk up to it again.
Okay, I'm gonna pick
on the first 50. That's not the case.
I'm picking Stanley, and then for empty, who do you got for your alternate pick out of men and women, Bill?
Men and women.
Kyra, Taylor, Nick, Chris, Lydia, Olivia, Fee, Carolyn, Brittany, Tristan, Jacob, Sam Stewart, Elizabeth.
I'll go Olivia on this one.
John.
I borrow.
Tyler.
I'm gonna go with a home pick of Tanner Balaz.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go. What do you think about? I'm gonna go with Nick Matthew.
Wow.
You think Nick Matthews is going to beat Taylor Self in that workout?
That is an amazing prop bet. Do it. Here's the thing. My gut instinct says no shot. No. Nick beats Taylor.
No.
If Taylor puts the pill down, dude, Taylor's not the best squatter. Like and I don't know what it feels like. I can't.
You're gonna know Wednesday. It's gonna be in the park.
We're
gonna do it together. We'll do it together.
I gotta do a high rocks. I have to do a high rocks on Thursday, so you need to calm down. Me and Dallin and Jason. Yeah, me, Dallin, and Jason. Hopefully you.
Yeah.
We're all gonna do a high rocks on Thursday.
Yeah. Dallin's getting into town Wednesday.
Dallin's
getting into town Wednesday.
I mean, don't you need no basis, Tyler? You'll find out when you need to know.
You just said it.
We're all doing a high rocks on Thursday.
Hey, why isn't Dallin competing, JR?
Not enough money, probably.
He just got a big payday, man. He's chilling.
Alrighty. Event 4. Lineman's Fright.
I
Boy,
do
we
want to
are
try
moving.
this sled drive to see how hard this is, JR. Because I mean, obviously, what I was doing was not. It's not that right. So
What does this at 0 mean?
So it's a back-to-back workout. So at the 0, they do this workout, and then they have a mandatory rest of 2 minutes. And at the 10-minute mark, they do event 5.
Okay. 4 rounds for time. 6 deficit strict handstand push-ups, 9 inches for the boys, 5 inches for the girls. 30-meter sled drive, 100 feet. It's 90 pounds empty.
Yeah. It's 90 pounds for the men and empty for the women.
Oh, okay. 90 pounds for the men, empty for the women. Is that to encourage sprinting? Is that a light sled?
This one would probably be smart to pull up the Crucible Instagram and just watch that so people can see actually what it is, because it really isn't like any other kind of sled push, because it's more like a tackling dummy in football. You have to pick it up and push it. So there's I'm not a physics guy, but you have to resist the inertia or whatever of the sled wanting to fall while you push
Crash.
it.
Correct.
I like how you separate between the short guy, which is going to be your handstand push-ups,
Right.
and your tall guy, which is going to have a better angle on the sled.
Oh, by the way,
Especially you got to hold that sled.
Crash is brought to you by HWPO and the Something Business Plan.
Proven
Damn,
business plans. Corey Polito.
Oh, nice.
Tyler,
So-
do you want to do
So,
this workout when we get there?
they're going to pick it up and then they have to drive it forward.
Oh, so when you say it's empty, wow.
Yeah.
How much does that weigh empty?
260. Yeah, if the games would have let me buy those tackling dummies they used that year out on the field, I wouldn't have had to.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
And is that flip at the end part of is that mandatory?
Well, you have to do it to be able to push it back in the other direction, because there's only skis on one side of the sled. You have to be able to grip on one side and slide on the other.
Okay.
So the 30 meter is like a 15 meters down, 15 meters back.
Do you think anybody will make the mistake of putting it down and forgetting to flip it?
I bet they put it down just to
Yes.
break.
No, but there's room on each end to where they can mess up and they'll still have room to flip it. Say.
All right. You have 8 minutes to do this, and then what's the mandatory rest?
2 minutes.
So does the clock go to 8 minutes? So if you finish this in 6 minutes, you get a 4-minute rest?
Yep.
Okay, so everyone goes to the full 8 minutes. 4 rounds, 6 so it ends up being 24 handstand push-ups and the sled drive.
Yeah, it's 400 feet ish.
Tyler, who do you got for the boys?
Taylor, nobody's beating him at the handstand push-ups.
I bet 2 people beat him at the handstand push-ups.
No one is going to beat him.
Dude, he's not even that good at handstand push-ups.
You're so wrong.
Bill Grunler, boys.
I was going to say Nick on this. I mean, I think Colton will smoke Taylor on the.
He already did
push-ups.
put
Right.
like
Now, I don't know what you're talking about, but
what
that
more
one.
proof do you need, Tyler? He called it and did it.
I'll say Nick. I'm going to say Nick Matthew.
Oh, good pick. John.
I'm gonna say Colton, man.
Okay, JR, when does the taller athlete, it's obviously going to change if they hold it in that front rack position and they're driving,
Mm-hmm.
does that affect does the angle of the sled affect the blades is it being pushed on blades? What's it being pushed on? What's on that?
They're like metal skis. Yeah.
Okay, skis. Does that?
So I mean, there's probably 2 or 3 guys that are taller than I am that are competing, but there aren't many. And I've tried to get a lower leverage on it and do it from a lower position, just like bending my knees more. And it moves way faster that way, but it's a lot harder that way on my legs.
Oh,
But if I stay a little bit more upright and let it, I guess, take a harder angle into the ground, I can move it all day like that. So it's a lot less interference for the handstand push-up, but it's slower.
So you're saying the lower it is, the faster it is, but the heavier it is, and the higher it is.
The lower it is, the faster you can move it if you
Right.
want that.
But
If you want to
it's
do
hard.
that,
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
because you're going to jack you up more.
Oh,
Do you think that benefits shorter guys then because the angle is automatically shorter?
But who,
I don't think so.
who
When
cares if it jacks you up? The other movement is handstand push-ups. You don't need your legs for anything else, right?
yeah, it's
the
just a
next
lot
event.
of time under tension. It's just a lot
But
of
it,
time
yeah,
under tension.
if
pushing
you have a
against
lower
that thing.
angle on that and you're having to hold it like this,
you have to hold it from falling too.
Right.
Right. So yeah.
so I think like you have. I mean, you could get all physics crazy on it if you
Sure.
wanted to, but like, so if you kept it at 43 degrees, you still have a forward push with it being as high as it's going to be with the least amount of weight coming down. Because the lower that thing goes, like someone who's shorter is going to be carrying more of that weight
Right.
than someone that's a little bit taller. And obviously you don't want to go over that because you don't want to be driving it into the ground, but you have to find that sweet spot. And I think that's with you, JR, being taller, for you trying to find that sweet spot. I mean, you'll feel that on the back. I mean, luckily it's not super, it's not real long.
Yeah.
But
Initially, I had a couple people test it with no standard on the grip. And what they all did was they just held it underneath
right.
and let their arms go straight and relaxed. But then they were just so bent over that I was like, we don't need another hinge. Like we don't need
Yeah.
another deadlift position this week. But if I made them hold the upper bar and they got nice and upright, it was just legs, which is going to affect the bike and the drag rope. And a lot more chest and shoulder fatigue being up here in this position.
So you
Almost
have
like-
to carry it like this, JR?
Yeah, the standard on that is your hands have to be on the top bar, somewhere on the top bar.
Okay.
And I don't think people understand. Like they see 6 deficit strict handstand push-ups, and they're like, that's not very much.
They get sticky.
Dude.
I do not think. I don't think a quarter of the field. I think a quarter of the field will go unbroken, and that's it.
No, I don't think 10.
Bet it's less.
Then you
I
need
don't-
to retire. If you can't do those unbroken, just fucking retire.
10 is more than a quarter of the
You're
field.
insane.
JR.
It's only 24.
At
Okay.
9 inches,
Yeah.
dude.
I think
Whatever.
I think most people will just do 2s from the beginning or 3, 2, 1 from the beginning just because they want to do that the whole time. Because it's a weird workout. This is the one that's like either you can do it or you can't.
Yeah.
And there are levels and layers to this workout. There is, hey, you get to do 6 when you're fresh. Can you even do 6? There's those people. Can you even get through? Can you get to the first sled? There are going to be people in that boat. And then there are, okay, if I can do 6, how long does it take me? And how much do I rest before I even start the sled? And when I get back, can I get any more?
So
and
is it
then
gonna
there are
fuck
the
up your
people that
P-score
can,
all over the
like,
place?
this one is the one that Tyler may
No.
be like, dude, that spread was way too big. But I don't think so, because even the fastest people aren't going to be going much faster than like 6 minutes.
You bring up
it still takes a while to do.
How's
you
he
bring
bar
up a good
upside down?
question.
What's up?
How's I bar upside down?
Very, very good.
Go ahead.
I think he'll get second place in this workout.
Go ahead, Tyler. Sorry.
You bring up a good question, Bill. Like everybody's gonna, if you cap on this, like everybody wonders how that works. And what we do is we figure out how many reps you did and the amount of time that you did it, and that essentially gives you like reps per second, and that's how we score it.
Actually, no one cared, but thank you.
The athletes will care.
They will care.
Did you get that, Bill? So like whenever somebody caps on this, we need to say, okay, the middle line's what we're going off of.
Yeah,
They
this
got
one, this starts the caps. Like this one and 6, lots and lots and lots of people cap.
I'm
this
picking,
is where
I'm picking Ibarra.
this is where Olivia will lose Crash Crucible. She could win every single
Yeah.
event, but like JR said, there's people who are just trying to get 6 deficit strict handstand push-ups, and I think she's one of those people. And if she's near the bottom on this is where that gap gets so huge from the middle line, because there's going to be more than 15 women who can actually do it under the cap.
JR thinks it's less than 10. Tyler, who do you got for the
No,
girls?
unbroken, he said.
Yeah,
Less than 10
unbroken.
unbroken. Which a quarter of the field would have been set with 7 people. So like it's we're in the same boat.
Tyler, who do you have? Women.
Fee. I'm going fee again.
Bill.
Ooh. He's a good one with the handstand push-ups. Is Lydia okay upside down for that deficit?
No.
Yeah? No?
This
JR, I'm asking
this
you.
will single-handedly be her worst event. That's why she's going to lose.
No, he said Lydia, not
I said Lydia.
Oh, I thought you said Olivia. Oh,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. Lydia.
I'm sorry.
Lydia.
I'm sorry. I was
Lydia.
like, I just said this.
Wow.
It's a non-issue for Lydia.
Okay,
for sure.
I'll say Lydia Fish on this one.
I don't mind that pick at all.
Wow.
I like
180 and all night here, John.
I like.
Wow.
Well, you know, when you make good picks, I'll tell you. If you make bad picks, I'll tell you too.
John's gonna pick Brittany White.
I'm gonna go Fisa Gaffi.
Oh, you can't. Tyler already picked her.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with Tyler. It's a good.
No. That's not how this game works. Fucking asshole. Shit.
I'll take Kyra Milligan again.
That's fair. I
Guys,
almost
it's no
wrote
secret. I think Kyra Milligan's gonna win this. win Crash Crucible. That's my pick.
JR, is the sled too heavy for anyone in the field?
The sled is going to give people some problems, but it's not too heavy. I've tried to describe this to people, and it probably doesn't make any sense. If you've pushed a prowler or you've pushed a dog sled, you can just lean into it and get work done. You can just say, hey, I'm just going to march this thing down. And
Right.
you can just kind of put your body weight into it. You cannot do that with this. You have to be trying. You have to be putting out effort to go anywhere, or you'll just drop it and you'll just rest. So it really does make the handstand push-up so much harder. It really
This is a
does.
good pick. Morgan Porter's a good pick.
And it's not a movement that you would think is going to make the handstand push-ups that much harder, and it just does.
Do I know Morgan Porter? Is she related to Mary Porter?
No,
I think
but they
it's
are both from St. Louis.
I think it's one of Taylor's athletes.
She's very good at handstand push-ups.
I think she was a former gymnast.
she's-
at, like maybe at like a major D1 school. Like she's legit.
Is there any concern of the sled breaking?
No, hope not. It's a pretty durable thing that gets flipped a lot. So
Okay. Oh, why aren't? Oh, and how's Carolyn Stanley with the deficit handstand push-ups?
That's a great question.
it's not a movement that's come up a lot in CrossFit competition, which is kind of
No.
a shame. It's come up at regionals one year. It's come up at the games on push and pull. It's come up in Rogue twice with parallettes, but it hasn't gotten a lot of love. I mean, Echo
Do you
Press.
think people are afraid to put that in there because they're of the failing, the failing rate that we're
I
at
think
right now?
so, but I think that
Chickens.
it's. I try to describe this on one of our Shut Up and Scribble shows. I could make the argument that this is the strength test. This is gymnastic strength. It's just not external load strength. That deficit is a strength issue. It has nothing to do with skill. It's just, are you strong enough to go down, touch your head, and press up?
The heavy strict press.
Okay, I'm picking Stanley.
It would be similar to if there was a heavy bench press. Like that's pretty much what it's going to do.
And for empty, I'm picking Colton Mertens. Who do you got for empty, Bill?
Empty. I'm gonna go I'll put Taylor on there.
Tyler?
My empty. Or yeah.
Drake Lewis.
Wow.
Yeah,
Joe,
I'll go Colton as well with you, Sevon, in the empty.
Alrighty. Workout number 5. So you'll do that workout regardless of where you finish. It will go to the end, 8 minutes, and then you will be taking a mandatory 2-minute break.
Yep.
And so on the 10th minute, you will start Crash Crucible, brought to you by, what the fuck is this? Brought to you by HWPO and the Proven Business Plan. Fuck, where's 5? Shit.
Yeah, I don't think 5 is sponsored by Proven Business Plans.
Oh, they're not all sponsored by the same person?
No, there's event sponsors.
Oh,
So each
shit.
work-
Okay, brought to you by
workout.
California Peptides. 4 rounds for time. 20 cows for the boys, 18 cows for the girls on the bike erg, 40 drag rope double unders. Oh, another easy one.
Dude, the easier it is, the harder it is. If you think it's easy, that means they're pushing extremely hard.
Two
because
back-to-back easy workouts at the Crash.
everybody okay.
4 and 5.
Well, one is like the least, like the most ability you could have, where half the field can't even do it, and then this one is the whole field can do it. It's just who wants to hurt the most.
Listen, athletes, a Friday night, go ahead and have a crack of beer because Saturday's piece of cake.
Exactly.
Just chill. Just do your thing. What's the time? How long does it take to do 20 cals on the bike or
50 seconds.
and the 40 drag rope double unders?
20 seconds.
On paper, the people that do really, really well on 4 should not on 5 and vice versa on paper. So if there is someone who can finish, like, I think if there's someone who can go sub 6 on both of these, they're probably podiuming the competition. And that's pretty bold, but you can put that down.
That's
If
right.
someone goes sub 6
that
on
would be
both,
fair.
they are super, super fit.
That's
Why,
right. I'm
what-
sub 6 on both of them. You heard them.
Well,
This is-
why do you- JR, why do you-
I'm just saying, these are my two best ones, JR.
why shouldn't you be good at both? Is it it's the kind of movements they are, or you're just talking about just because they're one right after another?
No, this one favors
Different.
this one favors the big power athlete, and the 24 strict deficit does not
Okay.
favor the big machine based guy.
Is that true,
So, like-
Bill, what he said?
Yeah, totally. They're the type of athlete that should be winning on each of these. It would be basically like polar opposites. I mean, the sled. Okay, you don't want to be like super
Yeah,
short,
there's
but
no
like,
shot Colton wins this workout.
No,
I agree with that. I don't agree with like you're the fittest individual if you have the highest average out of these two workouts. I don't agree with that. But,
I think what he's saying is the fact that you have two completely opposing,
two different tests for sure.
two different tests that are like on opposite ends of the spectrum. And if you do well on both of those, it's like, wow, okay, you've got a pretty wide breadth of fitness there. Is what he's
Yeah.
saying.
I would
Granted,
be
it's
shocked.
same
if
time domain
someone-
and all that, but still.
I'd be shocked if someone takes 2 top 5s on the back to back and isn't in the top 5 of the competition.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
I think we're gonna do that as a prop bet.
That would be a good one.
Is this
Yeah.
a recovery workout too? Like who's got
no,
This
Savon.
one, dude.
No.
No,
He's saying
yeah,
no.
don't
He's
misunderstand
right.
him.
He's right. He's saying it differently. There
I mean,
is a
like, we're
lot
gonna
more
find out who
recovery
recovers
in the
best. We're gonna find out who recovers
in the
best.
legs and the shoulders for sure.
Like
Going
Bill
into
crushes 30-year-old Bill Grunler crushes these two 40-year-old, and he doesn't even do workout 5.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's a 20 cal recovery bike, John.
Well, I would argue if you can't do the handstand push-ups, you're recovering that whole time.
and
Like
there-
if you
there
can't
might-
do the
and-
handstand push-ups,
Oh,
you're not
that's
tired.
the old Margot Alvarez at the games version of the.
Yeah, listen, Olivia
pegboard.
Kerstedter's my pick here, and I think she'll beat everybody by a whole lot. Because
Do you think she sandbags the first one?
no, I think she
No,
won't have a
she
choice.
won't be able
I
to
think
do
she'll,
it.
I think she'll
Right.
get stuck.
Different.
And like she's not Laura Horvath. She's better than Laura
Does
Horvath.
effort determine
But-
sandbagging?
I think she'll get stuck, and then if you just have to sit there, that's what you're doing. Like even if you try over and over and over again, you're not tired. You know what I mean? And then she's just going to go absolutely ham and go 1,600 on the bike the whole time.
Let me ask you this really quick, JR. I know the show's running really long. I'm sorry, but why would
No,
so?
you're not.
Okay, so psychologically, you would say that this is then programmed better for the big athlete because if Olivia shits the bed on the first one and she's down on herself and she wins this one, she goes into event the next day feeling a little bit better about herself. Why not do them? Did you think about that? Like, why not do them the other way around? Why not start with this?
The deficit strict would have been way too hard, even just after the drag rope.
Okay,
It's just still a lot of it's sneaky in the shoulders. I mean, it's not it's a lot more legs and lungs, but there would be enough like general fatigue, I think, that it would make the handstand push-up one even more like, okay, so really this one decides how well I do at this competition.
There's no failure here on this event.
Right.
There's failure in the other event. If you light them up before they even get to the part where they're going to be failing, everyone's going to be sitting there.
Yeah.
And that would be worse.
And the 20 it seems pretty close. The 20 cal and men and 18 cal women. Is that a big enough separation, Bill?
For the for like the biker, it's different than like the Echo Bike or something like that. So yeah, they're gonna be a lot closer.
JR.
Yeah, to me, this is the machine that's the closest, and this is a little bit more of that high power output. It's not a sprint effort. If it was a sprint effort and it was just like one time, it would probably have to be like 20 and 14 or something. But generally, the bike erg is the closest between males and females of any of the concept machines.
Do people bring their own drag ropes?
Yeah, they will.
They will. Okay. John, we've been neglecting you. Who do you got for the boys?
I don't know. This is the hardest one for the boys. I'm gonna say Corby Foxhall.
I was gonna say I think an outlier like takes home some cash because we're giving out money for event wins, and I think this is gonna be one of those ones that someone on the podium does not win.
Oh, that's my pick, Corby Foxhall.
Bill?
Max Craig.
Oh, good pick. Tyler?
I changed my flex pick on the last one. I think Drake Lewis is gonna win on this one. He's super powerful and he's super springy.
Jesus. Okay. I think you guys are fucking up because you have to understand that Colton knows that you guys aren't going to pick him for this. It's like the run event 1 at the semifinals. And he's going to have more more heart than everyone else, and his double unders are going to be perfect. And
he can have more heart than everybody else, but it is not going to make.
He
up
also
for the
will
fact that
probably
he weighs
recover
less
longer than
else.
everybody.
right, good point. Okay, so I'm picking Colton for that. And what about the and whoa. JR, anything else you want to tell us about this before we pick the ladies? Anything else we need to know?
No.
Anything weird about the surface they'll be jumping rope on?
The whole workout's gonna be done on the turf.
Okay. Does that affect anything, Bill?
Not the drag rope. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Speed rope, yeah. Drag rope, no.
Okay. John Young for the girls.
Olivia Kerstetter.
Okay. Mr. Grunler.
I'll go with Kyra Milligan on this one.
Tyler.
Dude, Kyra's trash, man.
I'm going to go with Ashley Cope.
Why is he picking her, JR?
She's tall, aerobic, powerful. That's a good pick.
I'm going with Allie. Allie Zirk. Allie Mertens. Hold on, where is she? She's still competing? Okay, there she is. I'm actually picking her. Okay. Empty. Allie's been to the games, right? On a team?
Yep.
She did the Kill Taylor. She's one of the few women who had the balls to step in for a Kill Taylor.
She did the drag rope one, right? Pretty sure she did the drag rope burpee. And
She
looked
also
good.
quit.
Good
She quit.
call.
Yeah, but she looked good with the drag, is what I'm saying.
She wouldn't have called in if she wasn't confident with the drag rope, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
I think she took Colton's
she
drag
pitted us.
rope that day. That's why he couldn't do it. Hey, that's a ding on Colton to only own one drag rope. Give that a ding. Okay. And then empty. John Young.
Empty. You can pick anybody. I don't mind Tyler's pick with Ashley Cope, honestly.
Good. Because my empty pick is Olivia.
Bill.
Man.
Hold on. I'm gonna say Nick Matthew. Nick Matthew's my empty pick.
He's not going to beat Taylor in this.
I'll say Taylor. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to, like, that's kind of easy just to go, well, okay, Taylor. I'll pick Taylor.
Yeah, pick the winner.
I think Taylor's gonna be very good at this workout.
Tyler.
I picked that. I picked Olivia.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, I picked Taylor too. Since we're breaking all the rules. Okay. Event number 6. Right after I take a quick pee break. I wish I need more commercials. quick little pee break here.
I had shoulder surgery, shoulder replacement surgery. There was a point in time where I wasn't sure I wanted to come back and go through the rehab and have to kind of start over. My name is Paul Ellis from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm 57 years old. My first week back after 6 months of rehab, the coaches here took time to talk to me about where I was and how we could rehab and how we could get back to where I wanted to be. That competitive spirit never dies inside you, but sometimes the body can't keep up, and that's a struggle. And the coaches have recognized that and have helped out a lot. To me, Salty Hive cares about the individual. Whether you're younger or older, or you're elite, or you're brand new, I've watched and noticed how everybody's important. And that keeps me coming back.
Did you guys see this footage from North Carolina where they're in like a Walmart parking lot and it's just full of pallets and pallets of fucking supplies and water and just donations, and there's tents set up, like not like tents that people are living in, but tents like registration tents, and it's just fucking packed, and it's obviously like a center where they're gathering shit. And then these two black SUVs pull into the lot, they circle around the lot, and then they pull out, and then a fucking huge fucking unmarked black helicopter with the pilot wearing a mask fucking descends onto the parking lot and blows all this shit all over. Did you guys see that?
No.
It's fucking insane. If I wouldn't have seen it for myself, I wouldn't believe it. But I was just holding my dick in my hands, and I was just like putting it together. And I'm speculating that it was some government official that was going to be there, and those were the bodyguards or the Secret Service. And then they realized the people were waving the helicopter off, like, "Don't come here, don't come here." There was nowhere to land. But the helicopter came down low, and they said it did a wash maneuver. I don't know what that is, but it fucked the place up. It was crazy. Ken Walters, just like my wife. Was it AI? The world's been ruined for my wife. She believes nothing. What am I going to do? Ken Walters too. AI. Okay. What's Unc yapping about? All right. Is he suggesting that I'm the crazy uncle? Yeah.
Hey, Mason, I like your YouTube channel.
Blow me, Mason. Oh, actually, I think I like that guy's YouTube channel too. Yeah, Mason, you're killing it, dude. Good job. I like your shit.
After blow me, Mason.
Yeah, but I do really like his YouTube channel. God, I hope you don't end up being a cuck. God, please, Mason.
Because if you do, he'll tell you.
Yeah,
It is funny. Like, you have this impression, and then you meet them, and you're like, okay, well, that's done.
Well,
God, I hope you. Yeah, good job.
The track record's not good for the whatever.
Event number 6. Let me ask you this:
Steve.
Is this going to be? Is the men's division going to be close the entire time? Like, are we going to go in? This is the beginning of Sunday. Will we not know who's going to? Jesus Christ!
Whenever there's something heavy.
Whenever all my fucking text messages, Jesus criminy.
Whenever there's something heavy, something long, or something with just a lot of running, there's going to be movement. So I think there's still going to be movement on the last day.
Okay, so and it'll be close.
Yeah, and the last workout is a grip test, and a lot of people just can't push the pace on stuff that's really grip intensive. So
hold on, let me check my text messages that I just showed.
I think we're gonna have roller coasters the entire weekend.
Okay, nothing from Diddy. Okay, and on the men's side and the women's side, JR?
Yeah.
So it's going to look like...
Especially with legless rope climbs. So we get a strict pressing gymnastics movement and a strict pulling gymnastics movement. And even though the volume of the finale is not that high and they're doing it fresh, you start behind, you can't catch up in that workout. You just can't. So if you're 1 or 2 legless rope climbs behind, you're not going to be able to overhead squat fast enough or climb the thick rope fast enough to make it up. So you kind of just get exposed anyway.
So according to what I'm getting from John Young is that Olivia is going to look strong 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to watch her crumble as the week goes in the last 4.
No, just crumble on one event.
All right, if you say so. You think she's going to win the whole thing?
No, I think she loses everything on one event.
You think she podiums?
I think it's going to be extremely hard for her to podium. I think it will be that will be a fun race to watch after event 5 or 4. How much she drops, and then if she can climb back, because it's going to be a lot like semifinals, where she has this hole that she has to dig herself out of, and she has all the ability in the world to. I think she's going to have an event win right after that.
What do you think? Someone as great as Olivia coming there, let's say she shows up in great form, Bill, and she doesn't podium. Does that change your opinions about the programming?
Does it change it up for me or for her?
For you.
No, not at all. I mean, we already said that the programming here is unique compared to most of the things that are out there pre-games. So no, it's just, I think what
we
it
also
is
said that you could see any of these at the games.
You could see these events in the games.
Right.
She's got to get back there.
Y'all want to hear?
It's like what John was talking about. She had her bad event, put her in a hole, and she's trying to climb out. With the events that are with where she is with these last handful of events. I mean, that's where I'm interested to see what the P-score does on the way, and I think that's what will be interesting, because you can't hedge against your weakness the way you can on a normal scale, point scale.
It punishes holes more than it punishes home runs.
It would be a travesty if Olivia came and did not podium, because likewise last year the winner of the CrossFit Games did not podium at Crash Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's possible.
Are you projecting Olivia to win the CrossFit Games next year, JR? Because
no, I'm just saying clearly the programming last year was horrendous if James Sprague finished 4th. So if Olivia doesn't podium, then I guess it's just bad.
Hey, so how about this? I'll throw this to you. Laura Horvath would be in the exact same position. Laura Horvath would not win Crash Crucible this year
because of the one event.
Because of that one event, she would be in the exact.
You don't know
same
that
spot.
She can't do
100% without doubt, JR.
Dude, come
without
on, JR.
doubt.
You're just
facts.
being silly
I would bet everything on it. I'd bet little Abby Grace that Laura Horvath would not win Crash Crucible.
Little Abby Grace.
Okay,
my unborn child.
Shot. Okay, none. She can't. It's over.
John, are you saying that James Sprague is a more legitimate CrossFit Games champion this year than Laura Horvath was last year?
That's not what I'm saying.
Boy, that was a stretch.
I know, but I sniffed it out.
Well, based on the test that was given, I think
Laura
John would agree with that.
Be in the same boat as Olivia Kerstetter is in Crash Crucible.
Let's take a little detour yet in this 2-hour show. Could you put JR? If there's 13 workouts at the CrossFit Games, would you be offended by negative deficit handstand push-ups in 2 events?
You don't put it in 2.
Would you be offended by it? Would you be?
Yeah, that's the
bad program.
You don't need to test the same thing twice.
Especially something like that where
not that specifically. It would be like having a thick legless rope climb workout and a regular legless rope climb.
It'd be like having swimming twice.
Yeah. It's just
Really, it would be equivalent to having swimming twice, you think?
But if you had a bench press workout and then you had a strict deficit handstand push-up workout, then maybe that's a different discussion.
I agree with that.
All right. Back to the show. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Crash.
Horvath does great in a bench press workout. I think Olivia does great in a bench workout.
Listen, guys, Friday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the pre-show will start. The actual event will start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subtract 3 hours for Pacific Standard Time. 2 greatest commentators in the space, John Young, Bill Grunler, will be there on the ground. Sweat pouring on them from the athletes. Tyler Watkins.
First time in the same place with you, dude.
I know.
First time.
I know.
Tyler Watkins will be there to make sure the scoring is done right. JR will be so uptight he's shitting diamonds. Okay, event number 6, 600-meter run. This is the first event on Sunday morning. And Will Brandstetter and Matt Souza and Caleb will be there holding down the fort to make sure all the technical shit is right. 5 rounds for time. 600-meter run. I'm assuming they have to go outside for that, rain or shine.
No, if it rains, they'll run on air runners, but it's not supposed to rain, so they'll run 3 loops around the building.
600-meter run. That's interesting. I was going to ask you at the beginning of the show, are you limited by your place? Is that why you don't do running? But fuck, 3,000 meters. Here we go.
Always done running. I've done running every year.
Okay. Is this the furthest they've ever run?
Yes.
600-meter run. Is crash getting harder? No, don't answer that, JR. John, is crash getting harder every year as the fitness level increases?
I think JR went for harder workouts and less skilled this year. Typically, I would say it's more skilled, but not as hard of a workouts in totality.
More calories burned this year.
Mm-hmm.
600.
Weird way to look at it, but yeah.
Good. I was hoping I'd get a little laugh. Thank you, Tyler. 600-meter run, 15 burpees over a yoke. Oh, that's interesting because didn't we just do something like that in Kill Taylor? Was that inspired by this workout?
I believe so.
Good practice.
40 inches for the boys, 34 for the girls. We'll get Bill's thoughts on that in a second. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 ascending reps, and then deadlifts. 365 for the boys. I can't lift that. 245 for the girls. We'll get Bill's thoughts on that too. And then this, I don't know what the fuck. Hold on.
It's just saying the kind of bar that they're going to use. So they're going to use a short bar. Yeah.
Thank you. I'd have never gotten that.
I really wanted to watch him struggle.
I thought I was going to go with the weight vest. It's like a C70 weight vest. Okay. No weight vest in this. 24-minute time cap, 5 rounds. So it's 3,000 meters of running. It ends up being, hold on.
75 burpees. 75.
Oh, you do that every round? 5, 7, 9, 11, 13?
No. It's a total of 45 deadlifts, but the deadlift rep scheme goes up. But you always do
615 5, 615 7.
Oh, I thought that was
615 9.
Shouldn't those reps be under deadlifts or next to the deadlifts? Is that written wrong?
How dare you? How dare you talk about
it.
Rick Jones, the Rick Jones graphics? No, I think this reads the way it needs to read.
Okay, 6. Let me take another shot at that. The event is called Mad Moon. I don't know why, but it's 5 rounds for time. It's the first workout on Sunday. It's a 600-meter run. How many heats?
This point in the competition, maybe less, but probably 5 and 5. Heats
Wow.
of 6.
Okay, 600-meter run, and then 15 burpees. So that's 75 burpees total. Okay, got it. And then deadlifts. You do 5 the first round, 7 the second round, 9, 11, and then 13. And it's going to be on everyone's using a 35-pound shorty bar. It's called the C70.
If you want to pull up Stephen Flores' comment, you'll figure out your Mad Moon dilemma.
This looks similar to Happy Star from the 2020 games and add in deadlifts. So this is okay. So it's a sister workout to that, and it's Mad Moon instead of Happy Stars.
Yeah, it's longer. It's deadlifts instead of thrusters. I did consider going like 275.
Yeah, Kalen Prebo was very upset about this weight.
Yeah, I thought about going up in weight because Happy Star went up in weight and in reps. Not something that's done often. And they did burpees over like a beam. It was 30 inches for everybody. But I just wanted it to be a little bit more athletic. So those heights will allow people to kind of jump over it like they're jumping over a fence. Or if, I bet Ashley and some of the really tall girls will be able to almost step over 34 inches. If they can, that's cool too. I don't know how much faster that's going to be, but it might be less effort.
JR, do you know that game Mad Libs that you used to play when you were a kid?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say a sentence because I can't believe you haven't used this word yet. This workout is a
grinder
to the Happy Stars workout?
As a parallel.
It's one of your favorite words. I've heard you use it a lot. Many shows.
Really?
Yeah. This workout is a
Adopted sister.
to the Happy Stars workout from the 2000.
It's a comparison, so it's a juxtaposition.
There it is. That's got to be the word.
Homage.
Do I say that a lot?
I've heard you use that. Someone who's got my back.
I say horizontal displacement a lot. I didn't say that when
I was
talking
gonna
about
say it.
pedal.
That's what I was like. What's the horizontal word that he used? Horizontal plane, horizontal something, horizontal.
I've heard him use homage at least once.
Okay, thank you. That's not bad. That's better than I thought I was going to get from you guys. Okay, for the boys, let's go with Mr. Bill Grunler.
I went Taylor on this one.
Let me think of that. Taylor runs 600 fast. Okay, he's good at the burpees. Is 365 heavy for Taylor?
I don't think it's. I mean, it's heavy. It is heavy, but I think that he'll have enough space with his run and the tempo that he can push, where he'll be okay on that. If he needs to take whatever breaks he needs to take on there, he'll be fine.
Who's
But I think
stronger,
that
Chris Ibarra or Taylor Self, Bill?
I think Taylor.
John?
Taylor.
For this workout, Chris Ibarra and no, like by far. Chris Ibarra can deadlift 600 pounds.
Oh, he looks strong.
Once. He can lift 600 pounds once.
And he's an endurance athlete. He's not good at max outs, except deadlift. His body is like Carolyn Prevost at deadlift. Like, you know how you're anatomically built? Some people are anatomically built to be great at deadlift, and traditionally they are poor squatters. Chris Ibarra fits that mold to a T, but he's an endurance athlete who specializes, like deadlift is his best thing.
Bill, what do you think about the weights for the men and the women? Let's start with the height of the yoke, 40 and 30.
I'm okay with that. I like the heights being a little closer. So I would have brought the women's up a little bit. Not much, nothing like 38 inch or something like that, but I would have gone like 36. I like a 4-inch split between that. Same for like box jumps too. The deadlift, I think the weight for the women is low, but I like the weight for the men. Why did you go that way? Was
Mr.
it
Howell,
the bar or what?
Yeah, so this is a instance, to Bill's point, of both 36 and probably 265 being the equivalent. But when you get women doing long running workouts, and unless you're a handful of women, the times are just a lot slower. You don't get the same running speed. So to try to speed them up a little bit inside and make up for that time that's probably going to be lost outside against the cap, I decided to try to make the barriers inside a little bit more fast, if that makes sense.
I get that. I think I would have, thinking that way, I would have gone one or the other with the yoke or the. I mean, honestly, I probably would have left the yoke where it was, and I would have brought the weight up on the deadlift. That's just if I was putting it together like that. But I get it.
Let me ask you this, Bill. JR told us in the beginning that he wants the workout so that the workouts. There's a theme to the workouts that I can always do one more, right? It's like a burpee. Well, get back down. You can always do one more. What are you doing resting? Are those weights you can always do one more?
These weights?
Deadlifts? Yeah.
For the women, yeah. Yeah. For the ones that are going to do well, yeah.
How about
I would
for the
say
men?
for the guys too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it does fit in that. It does fit under that theme. Hey, if you stop doing deadlifts, it's because you stopped. It's not because you couldn't do one more.
They can all go. And I think and what I'll be interested to see, like what John's talking about with how Chris has this 600-pound deadlift, like that's cool. I have been out deadlifted by many, 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 many guys, but I will out rep them. And I think that when you're doing deadlifts under fatigue, it is different. Now, granted, he said that Chris is an endurance athlete, so he's got the aerobic base. So that'll be interesting to see what he can do with that. But like I know that, classically speaking, just because you have a good 1 rep max deadlift doesn't mean that you can rep out deadlifts. And the fact that it's going up instead of coming down is a big difference too. So you're going to be your most fatigued when you hit your last 24 reps of deadlift. I mean, this is basically this is the Masters event right here. I mean, for the most part, the Masters from the Games event.
Yes. Yeah.
Classically.
And I more think of guys. So like what you're describing, I think is more in line with like a Nick Matthew, where like he has a very big max, but maybe he's not like the reps could get to him. Right.
Right.
I mean, I'm not at the level of these guys, but like Bill, I bet you beat me in this workout and I could deadlift more than you, but like
yeah, you definitely
could. High rep hinging, I'm not great at all. My back blows up very easily. Like reps wise, I'm not good. Like it's one of my worst things. It's just my body blows up with it. So I 100% get what you're saying. I'm telling y'all right now, Chris is not that guy.
I hear you.
I think Chris is going to win this workout, and this is going to be the first time, kind of like, I don't know if Hatfield ever had his moment, but whenever he finally had the double win, y'all finally see what I've been trying to tell everybody for a year. Like this will be that event for Chris Ibarra, and it'll be the first time, and this is where it'll be like, oh, he could win. I think Colton will be in the lead for the most of the majority of this event. And then this event right here is going to make it real tight. And then it's going to come down to the
11
event.
and the 13 are bad. The
It's
11
so
and
bad.
the 11 and the 13 rounds, 24 of the 45 reps are in the last 2 rounds.
Right.
The last 2 rounds are really, really rough.
Is bench the same way? You get
As far
guys
as
with
what?
you get guys
Yes.
with really big bench, but they can't out rep.
Oh no, I don't think so. I think if you have a big bench, you're good at reps. It's not the same as deadlift.
I don't
think-
know because
I think
like
it's the same.
I can do 2 to 25 with guys who are way stronger than me.
Yeah, but I mean,
For
like
more reps?
Taylor thinks he's
No.
good at repping bench press, and how many guys beat him in the bench press workout? Like, even though you can't max a lot, like what? How many can you do 225 for? How many reps, Tyler?
15.
Okay, well, if that's true, then you're
Fuck,
right.
that's
and
good, dude.
I want to see the video of that because I just don't believe it. But the
How many can you do? 15, Tyler? Okay. 600 meter run. Who's faster on the run? Taylor or Ibarra?
I'd say Taylor. I'd lean towards Taylor, but they're not far off. I mean, what was Ibarra's mile time?
Even on that fifth round?
Yeah, I mean
So
Taylor's a better runner. I would Taylor's a better runner than almost anybody you can think of, unless they're known for running.
I guess that's another thing too, right, JR? After those 11, when you leave the Crash Crucible HQ, that last 600 is going to be a little funky.
Yeah. It's this workout has a lot of different components in it depending on who you are. Those 75 burpees is not what anyone talks about, and they're not a gimme. Like those are going to wear people down. Those are going to make people feel bad about themselves. They're just staring at the bar after that, and they have to go to it and get to work. I mean, yeah, it's a running workout unless you're not strong enough. And if you're not strong enough, it's a strength workout.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Another question. Colton Mertens, we saw some tremendous pacing at semifinals on event 1, which was, I think it was 5 rounds, also 600 meter run, and then 10 clean and jerks with 185, 5 rounds.
Yes.
Will we see the same thing from him? Will he pace this one? Will he come out in the heat of 6? Will he come out last?
I don't think he'll be last, but I think Colton.
He was in the bottom 4 at semifinals. He was like in the first round. He was like in the way back. He was like, I
mean, most would say he's the best in the world at burpees. So the 40-inch thing just is not gonna slow him down.
The heavy deadlifts play in his favor.
Sure. So I think he can lay back a little bit, knowing that those last 2 rounds are the most valuable ones, and not worry about being in the lead at the beginning.
I mean, Colton's my pick to get second in this.
All right. Tyler, for the boys, who do you got?
Bill already picked Taylor.
Oh, did you already pick Taylor? Did we already pick one? Oh, you picked
Yes,
Taylor.
yes, I did.
Do you guys really don't think the 24 deadlifts at 365 is going to affect Taylor at all? It's not in a like you have to be able to do that with everybody else. Go look at when he was in his like the best of it before he got hurt. The last chance qualifier in 2021, and they did a 3-rep deadlift. You had to restart. I get it's not repping, but it is indicative of how strong you are. He was almost last place. Like, I understand Taylor's very, very fit. Like, for y'all to pick him to win this event.
I think he
maybe
has
I'm
a
wrong.
good
Maybe I'm
chance.
wrong. And I guarantee if he wins, I'll get a double finger FU to myself. But I
have blown by guys that can pull 550 on deadlift, and I'm not even.
Were they as fit as these people?
I can't hit that.
We get it, John. You
Yeah.
like Chris, but
I'm not
there's
talking
more.
about Chris. I'm talking about multiple people.
You're defending Chris right now.
No, he's just saying that that Taylor's not gonna that the 11 and the 13 are gonna hit Taylor. And what I'm saying, what I feel is that his run is going to be where he's going to push the pace, and that I think he will rabbit some people into places they don't want to be, to where that will the 11 to 13 are going to be bad for them, and he may have to break it up, but I think he'll be okay to hang in there. I don't think it's heavy. It's heavy. I don't think it's heavy enough to bury him where he's going to be where he's lost in the shuffle. Sorry.
It's also the point in the weekend where the fatigue starts to really, really set in. And I know Taylor's fitter than everybody else in that manner, besides maybe Colton. But I just don't think Colton can keep up with him on the run. And I don't think that Colton's going to make up the distance on him on the 15 burpees or the deadlifts that he loses on the run. You might be right with Chris. I don't want to give you that. I think Taylor can handle Chris, but maybe I'm dead wrong on that.
Who do you got, Tyler?
I don't know. Tanner Belaz.
John, who do you got?
I got Chris. I already said it.
Oh, so you got Chris Ibarra. Any dark horses in this?
I mean, honestly, I think Colton being second is a dark horse, but that's who I think is going to get second in the workout. I think the 24 deadlifts is almost everything. Obviously, you have to have fitness to be up at the front. You have to have, there's a certain group of guys that are just going to separate, and you need that fitness to be there. But I think the 24 deadlifts in the last 2 rounds is the workout.
How's Nick's running?
Not great, but I think Nick can make up a lot of ground on the 24 deadlifts. I think and we're talking about repping out, and they're completely different things. But I mean,
3,000 meters of running and 75 burpees over 40 inches.
Right. And I don't think Nick's going to be in the top 2 because of that. But I do think he's going to make up a lot of ground on a lot of people.
How much time can you make up on?
If one guy's doing singles and you do 11 unbroken, a lot.
I don't think any of those top guys that we're talking about are going to be doing singles.
Taylor's doing singles.
I'm going to text him tonight, and I'm going to say, you better fucking not do singles. You're not doing singles. There's no way he'll do them. There's no way he's going to do singles.
Did Colton?
I tell you what, if Taylor gets top 3 in this workout, if Taylor gets top 3 in this workout, then he should win. Then he's my pick for Crash Crucible. If he can get top 3 in this workout, he would be my pick to win Crash Crucible.
Chris got like second.
What did Ibarra got second in event 1?
I think so.
He got third in the semifinals.
And Colton got 5th?
And Colton got 5th. Yeah.
James, Pat, Chris. Is that who it was? James, Pat,
Brent,
Chris?
James, Brent, Chris, and then Pat, and then Colton.
Okay.
Question, JR, on this. Is the time under tension on each one of these pieces, the run, the burpees, and the deadlifts, is it about equal at the end of the workout?
Like when I tested it, I was one of the test people for this, and I ran hard and I burpeed fast because I know it didn't matter. I was going to stand there at that bar for a little longer than I wanted to anyway. So like I just chose to pick the spot where I could
front load it
and just hurt. And I think most people, they're just going to be recovery running on the fourth and fifth round.
Doing the old lineman
And
trot.
that's I mean, you know, let's just say that you're running 8-minute miles for all the 200s. So you're running 1 minute. That's 15 of the 24-minute cat that you're spending running. Not a lot of time to do 75 burpees and 45 deadlifts.
I'm picking Ibarra. All right. Females. How'd Stanley do at semifinals event 1?
I'm gonna go Carolyn Prevost just because I think the deadlift's nothing for her.
But her run falls apart, doesn't it?
I get it, but who else is a great deadlifter? Kyra Milligan? I ain't running and standing a chance. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to think of people who would be good, and they are also trash.
How about Brittany Weiss? She can run, can't she?
But to Bill's point, like maybe the 245 comparatively is a lot lighter for the females, and
That's
the deadlift doesn't play as big of a role for the females as the males. I don't know. We'll see.
That's 100% fair. It might be way more fitnessy at the end for the females for 100%. JR knows.
Great runners. There aren't any great runners in here, right? In the females.
Well, there's good runners, but they're not going to pull well. I would say Lydia's a great runner.
But I think going into event 1 at semis, I think a lot of people were like saying that they weren't talking about Caroline Stanley, and she ended up doing really well at that. And even saying like, no, I love running, and I want to be good at running workouts. So she might be somebody to watch too on that.
She's good at. She did really well in Chad, so she's good at these like just supper sessions.
Who do you got for the females, Tyler?
I mean, I'd probably go with Carolyn, to be honest.
Mr. Grumman?
I'm gonna go with Firefighter Wishart.
Oh,
she's tall. She's like 5'8". She's not real heavy, so she'll be good on the run. Burpees will be fine, and hopefully her pulling stuff all the time, the 245 isn't gonna affect her.
John Young.
I really like the Carolyn Stanley pick. I mean, I'm gonna go Carolyn Prevost, but I don't know Carolyn Stanley's deadlift ability. If she's decent at deadlift, then Carolyn Stanley's a great pick. But I'll go.
She did well in the clean event at the games as well.
It's different. It's just not.
I mean, I know it's different, but it is a correlate.
I'm picking Carolyn Stanley, and then for my empty, I'm picking Elizabeth Wishart. Who do you got for the empty pick, Tyler?
Oh man, I'd probably have to go with a guy on this. Since I didn't pick him, I'm going to pick Chris because I think it would be stupid not to play him.
Bill,
am I allowed to pick Chris too for the empty?
Sure.
Oh no!
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if that one counted. I didn't know if that one counted. Like we had our pick, but then this
pick
was like
Taylor.
I think the flex.
I already
doesn't
picked
count.
Taylor. I already picked Taylor. Pick someone else. Hunter Osmond.
Good pick.
Do you know him?
Was he in Home Alone?
He just
I do.
somebody.
I know him.
How is he, JR?
That's actually not a bad pick. He's
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
He's tall. He's aerobic. Like he's got long legs. He's got long
There we
arms.
go.
Like
Hunter, doing me right, my friend. You're doing me
What
right.
about our boy Tristan on this?
Harrison?
Yeah. Nothing.
I don't know enough about him.
John?
My empty pick is going to be Colton.
All right, we made it. The last workout. Where the fuck is my arrow? Oh, shit. Did my mouse die? My mouse is dead.
Where's my
Professional.
All right. Good thing I always keep a backup mouse plugged in.
Nuh-uh.
Yep. Crazy, right?
What a dork.
Just in case. One non-wireless old man mouse. Okay, event number 7. Holy shit. When does event 7 start? Final workout on Sunday. Do we know offhand?
It'll probably be at like 3 because it says 8-minute cap. That's a typo. It's a 6-minute cap.
Okay.
And
Rick Jones.
yeah, we'll go. We'll be going every 9. We'll be doing heats every 9 minutes. So I mean, it's probably starts around 3 o'clock and ends at 5.
Rick Jones gets so much love on the show. He's got to get a little.
You got to sack tap him every now and again.
Yeah. Thank you. Thick and thin, just like our show tomorrow morning. We will have two people who will explain the exerciser on the show tomorrow morning. They can take a thin penis and put an extra inch of length and girth on the penis. That'll be at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. Don't miss it. 6 legless rope climbs for the boys, 4 for the girls, 12 overhead squats, 205 for the boys, 145 for the girls. Then back to the rope, 6 and 4. Oh, with a thicker rope. 12-inch axle bar. Boys and girls use the same thickness of rope.
Yep, and axle.
Okay, 12 axle bar overhead squats. 185 for boys, 125 for the girls. Is that? I'm assuming that's off the ground. They got to clean that and jerk that up.
Get it overhead somehow. Yep.
And Bill, 6 and 4.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
fair.
205 and 145 for overhead squats first round.
Yeah. No, the number. Why'd you go 125 and not 135? Is that just because of the axle bar?
Yeah, because it's and just the compounding grip fatigue. I just know just getting it overhead for them is just going to be harder.
Yeah. I'm okay with those numbers. I mean, like they're old school numbers, so I'm fine with that. They look good.
Johnny, you cool with the
Thick
numbers?
Mm-hmm.
You think that 2-inch thick rope's too thick for the girls? The little itty bitty hands.
Nope.
What's that? What's the traditional rope that like I just have hanging in my yard that I got from Rogue?
Most are 1.5.
1.5.
It's like the legless is a normal rope, and then the thick rope is thick.
And is it made of that canvas material that you can still? That's got the deep
like
groove.
the Manila.
Yeah, like
the regular rope.
Yeah. The thick ropes are actually like the super tacky. Like they're not really slick. We let the classes break them in last week in a partner workout just so I could get some chalk on them. But they really didn't need to do that. They're really like easy to use.
New ropes for the workouts.
Right.
All right. And the height of the ropes?
15 for everybody.
Alrighty.
Actually 15 though, not like 13 and a half like semifinals.
15-ish.
Like 15, like legitimately 15 feet.
And shouldn't it be called thin and thick, since it's thin first and thick second? Is that a typo?
He might be talking about the bar.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
Well, the same argument would apply, John.
No, because the axle bars.
No, he's right.
Thicker.
Oh,
I was trying to help. I was trying to help out.
They're both backwards.
Yeah.
do you want to change the name, JR?
No, I'm good.
Did you think about that at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This one could have been called the exerciser because it's thin and then it's thick.
Sponsored by the exerciser. Would you have taken sponsorship from the exerciser, Mr. Howell?
I've been called a lot worse than a sellout.
Oh, look at Sousa came on. I just realized that and moved the exerciser logo onto the other side so it's not covering my face. I just realized that. And that was done 2 hours ago. Okay, for the boys, who do we got? Bill, no, we'll go with John. John, you're the expert. You deserve to go first.
I think this is going to be a really close race between Taylor and Chris for the win on this one. And I'm going to take Chris.
Damn.
Go figure.
Damn. Mr. Grunler.
I was actually going to do Chris on this one. Well, fuck, I'll go Taylor then.
Yeah, he's going to win. How could he not win this? He has great. Listen, John. Taylor has great positioning too, and I don't know how good Chris's position is. Those overhead squats. Taylor just has great form, great positioning. He's gonna have get the bar in a good position. He's gonna be flying.
You guys, I tell you what, I would have picked Taylor to win this workout until I saw Colton beat him in a legless rope climb workout, and then that made me want to rethink it.
Tyler Watkins.
And that's why I think Colton's going to win, because
when
we were at quarterfinals,
I said, good job this weekend. He goes, man, if I could only fucking climb a rope. And so he's just been climbing a rope, and we know he can overhead squat. Those
Six is a lot, man. 6 in a row is a lot.
Six is a real chunk. Like this, the overhead squats are not too heavy. And really, if you wanted to balance the workout, it could probably be 18. Like anyone that really knows programming can see stuff like that. There's a reason why it's not 18. It's because I want it to be a gymnastics pulling workout. I want the grip and the pulling to decide the workout.
The race. It's more of a race.
I've already seen who can press strict. Now I want to see who can pull strict, because like I said earlier, if you come off one legless behind, you're not catching the guy that's ahead of you in this workout. You're not, unless they just fail an overhead squat because their grip gives out or whatever, which is possible. Like the people that matter are racing from the beginning.
And I think Colton is just a little bit behind in that race. It's not that he can't. It's just like, I honestly think Taylor and Chris are just going to be faster than him on 6 legless in a row. He's got to do 2 extra pulls for their legless. So if they're all just bouncing up and down as fast as they can, Colton has to do 2 extra pulls than they have to. And unless there's a fitness side to it, there's no room to like make a ground in there. And yeah, he's going to overhead squat faster, but I'm like JR, if they get on the rope before Colton gets on the rope, I don't think he's catching them. And then on top of that, I originally would have went with Taylor, but then Colton could beat him in a legless rope climb workout. Granted, I mean, there's burpees. He's greatest at burpees, right? But then that made me want to back off Taylor a little bit, right? And I think it's going to be between Taylor and Chris in this workout. I think Colton's going to be right behind him. I don't think he's going to be far off at all. It's not going to do anything on P-score because he's going to be right there. But as far as winning the workout, I don't see it for Colton.
Don't think time, small differences in time don't like a 2 minutes. It's all relative. So,
well, I mean, I think this is a workout where like there's going to be 4 or 5 guys that are like, you'll see a hard tier line where like these guys are ahead and then there's a big gap and then there's that middle marker, but they're all going to be there together. So like the point spread for them is not going to be that much. So it might be out to a lot of people, but like it'd be like, say Chris gets 90, Taylor gets 89, Colton gets 85. Like it's not going to be that much. Does that make sense?
Bill prop bet. How many athletes choose to squat snatch the first at 205 after the legless and fail it?
The shorty bar makes it even a little bit more.
But it's a C70S, so it's the normal length of the shaft.
That's what she said.
Do you do that? You do that, or do you just say nope? I'm just going to clean and jerk it and either jerk grip overhead squat, or I'm going to get to the back rack and then.
I would say to clean and jerk that and go wide grip, clean and jerk.
Because I think some people are going to, men and women.
I bet
they will. There will be. I'd say 3. I say 3.
I bet Colton snatches it.
No, I think you 2014 Fraser it the way he does them. Like I would have a wide grip on my clean, immediately go into it, and then go.
But if he needs to make up that time, like you just said, that's one of the easy places.
And squat jerk.
Squat jerk.
Hey, John, another misstep on your part. Ibarra is going to get stuck on those second set of rope climbs and be looking at the rope.
On the rope climbs.
And it's going to break your fucking heart, dude. He's going to make 2 or 3. He's new to the game. He's going to make 2 or 3 attempts. He's going to get premature. He's going to get caught up going for a victory because it's the 7th event. He's going to be neck and neck with Taylor and Colton. He's not going to have the experience. He's not going to take the proper pause.
I think who had
the best finish this year, like in the games of those 3? Just curious.
Out of who?
Out of Chris, Colton, and Taylor.
I'm just telling you.
I'm just asking you.
They didn't go to the games.
Oh, that's right. Who had the best semifinals finish? Let's just go events across the board. Who did better?
I'm telling you, Ibarra, this is going to be tragic. He's going to get stuck looking. Bill, how many people are going to get stuck looking at the rope?
I don't think anyone will get stuck looking at the rope.
You don't?
No,
Not
I mean,
even
like,
on the last one?
Sean, there's not enough time. There's
They'll
not enough
slow-
time. It's a 6-minute cap. That is real. Like the fastest times are going to be probably like 4 to 4:30. But there's going to be a ton of people that get capped.
Yeah, a ton. That's what I'm saying. That a ton of people are going. That's what I mean. A ton of people are going to get capped. I bet you. I bet you.
But it's not. It's not that
10 men and 5 women finish this.
It's not going to be where people they do a handful. They do 4 rope climbs and then they're like, "Oh man, I just can't do another one."
Right.
No, I mean they will have whatever pace that they have, but everyone will be able to do the rope climbs. Like they're fresh coming off for the legless. They'll be fine on that. The overhead squat, okay, yeah, their arms will be tingling a little bit. The hands have been up in the air the whole time. Once you get to the thick rope, I mean, I play with the thicker ropes. It's not that different, and especially they aren't legless, so you just rely on your feet.
It's just more grip. It's not.
It's just more grip. You just have to hold on to it.
Okay, I like that from the record, John. I thought they were both legless. Okay.
Okay. That's why I was kind of like.
Take that from the record.
But I think there are girls who will get stuck looking at the axle bar, or they'll be stuck trying to get it overhead.
If they haven't practiced how to mixed grip like continental clean to the belt, like the strongman style, to do that, like everyone should have that tool at this point. Because when your grip blows up, you cannot double overhand grip it. Not if you have small hands.
No way.
So they should all be able to do that.
Why didn't you make the second set legless, JR?
Well, it's funny you ask.
6-minute cap.
I did think about putting the thick rope climbs first and then putting the legless second, but that does really blunt the intensity. And for the few that can actually race it, I didn't want it to just be muscle stamina. Like for most people, it is just going to be, hey, can I not blow up? Can my pull just stay with me? But for the ones that really matter, like they're going to be breathing, like they're going to be pushing. Then the only way to really do that is to let them do the legless first.
Let me throw this in there about Taylor. I think Taylor was the only person at the NorCal Classic that I saw do the farmer's carry unbroken.
He's an amazing rope climber, like of any kind. And he's got some of the best overhead positioning I've seen in like an overhead squat too.
Yeah. No, I think for him, like this is the best event for him to win. As far as chances to win an event, I think this is the best one.
But you still pick Ibarra.
Yep. This is the one I have the least confidence in, and I would pick and again, Taylor was my pick for this event until Colton killed him in a legless rope climb event.
Okay, so you picked
Taylor
Ibarra.
was just being lazy that day.
Who did you pick?
Wasn't moving urgent.
I had Taylor.
Who did you pick, Tyler?
I can't remember.
I don't think you did.
I did. I picked Colton.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
Oh, that's right.
He
That's
picked
right.
Colton.
That's right.
JR, who do you got for this one? Just curious.
I don't have anyone.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with Taylor. Okay, and on the female side,
I'm gonna rock with Kyra Milligan, man, or Fisa Gaffi. We hadn't picked Fee for something.
who do you got, Bill?
Where's this we?
I'm gonna go with Kyra Milligan. I've been saying I'm just gonna say who I think is gonna win Crash Crucible every time.
Who's gonna win? Bill, who do you got?
I will pick Caroline Stanley on this one.
JR, do any women get stopped on those 4 legless?
Oh no, it's 4. You're right.
At this point, I don't think so. Like I think that's how far we've come. Like I don't think anyone like doesn't make it to the thick rope.
You know who I think is a dark horse for this event is Olivia.
She starts kipping immediately.
Yeah, but Olivia did really good at the semifinal event. Like she made it through the semifinal event.
They were really bizarre rope climbs.
It was the seated legless though. It was very hard for a lot of women, and she did fine.
She did, but it was a bizarre. I've never seen anyone climb a rope like her. Like just right off the bat.
And it's only 4, John.
But that's what I'm saying. If she gets through 4 legless rope climbs, the rest of it, she's going to be great.
What do you mean by dark horse? Do you mean like top 10?
No, I'm talking top 3.
You're wrong.
The first.
That's what a dark horse is, Tyler. I'm saying somebody you don't think would do it and that surprise you. I think Olivia.
There's a difference between being like not thinking it and being delusional.
Okay, I think she's a dark horse for top 3. If she gets like 7th place, do you think that's do you think that was a delusional take? Huh?
Wait, what did you say?
I said she's a dark horse for top 3 in this event. If she gets 7th place, do you think that was a delusional take?
Yeah, she can't be.
Okay,
she's
well,
not going to be top 3 in this.
What place would it not be delusional then? 5?
I think she's not going to be in the top 10 on this.
Okay, well then 7th would not be a delusional take if I said she's a dark horse for top 3.
Okay.
The first iteration of this was 7-5, 14, 7-5, 14. And then I did another one that was 5-10, 5-10, and it was 3 for the women. And we'll see how this one goes.
What kind of teaser is that? That's the word.
Sunday, 3 p.m.
I liked the first one, but I was told it was just too dense. It was just too hard. Like it was too. Those chunks of legless and stuff were just too hard.
What?
Did you pick someone for the women?
Yeah, I said Caroline.
Did you pick someone,
Stanley.
Tyler?
Ashley Cope.
Oh man, I'm picking Wishart. Crazy athletic. Did great on Calsu at NorCal. Probably strong hands. What place did Kyra Milligan get at the games?
22nd.
I'll tell you who's not going to do well in this workout.
Who?
Anyone that does more than 2 of each rope climb variation in the warm-up. There's going to be people back there so nervous that do 10 legless before they walk out on the floor. It's going to happen. It always does.
That's
You
so
just
funny.
sit back and watch them, pace back and forth. Okay, let me just make sure I'm good. What are you doing? I would not do more than 2 of either variation. And just, you start with 4 or 6.
Hey,
What you wanna do is start
for
with a good
Wednesday,
imam.
in case you're curious, for Wednesday, JR, I think it would take me 3 minutes to get through this 6 legless.
Wowzers.
I'm just letting you know.
So program rope climbs, and we'll do a workout together on Wednesday. That's what you want.
Okay, yeah. I'm just saying if we were going to do this,
Bill, we
I'm
gonna get
getting
up.
tapped.
We gonna get up in the morning and do all the do whatever they're doing the day of before.
Oh man.
Wake me up on the handstand push-up biker workout. I'm there that day, guys. I'm there.
I thought maybe Bill was used to getting up really early all the time.
No, I get up early. It doesn't mean that dude, I'm fucking old. I don't get up early and work out. Not at weight. Jeez.
I'm so happy to hear that.
I don't wake up and work out. What?
I mean, like
I'll be more up for
be
doing it at the end of the day. You'd be more up for doing it like 6 or 7 at night.
I am better at doing stuff at the end of the day than I am at the beginning of the day. Like early.
That's interesting. I'm a morning guy through and through.
Not for long. Hey, Bill, when I fill my Berkey up with a gallon of water every morning, I got to fill it up and just one arm it into the top of the Berkey because it's like really high. It's like 6 feet high. Fuck, dude. I'm like, God, I'm old.
I'm not that bad.
Oh.
I just don't want to like lift super heavy for like an intensity. That's all.
Filling the coffee maker is hard for me in the morning. Oh, Ken, stop. He's old.
Yeah, I am old. It's okay though. I claim it.
I knew him when he was
right.
young.
Still better than me and John.
Okay. Empty. John, you're saying you're fitter than Bill?
I think and we do this little crash crucible. I think I'm better than Bill.
Oh, he trains all the time, dude. Come on now.
We do the open. Bill's better. Bill's fitter. we do the open. Bill's fitter.
Like if I'm just like my normal training regime, currently speaking, dude, John's doing like 3 times more workouts than I am. So he's got me.
I don't know
it's fine.
that.
We'll see what happens this week.
I think
right.
about that.
Well, We're approaching
It's stuff
240.
everybody can do. Bill's going to beat me.
Make sure everyone gets their flex picks in. Tyler, thanks for letting us use the Heat One app. Make sure you use the Heat One app. There'll be more options for what do you call them? Stages?
Props.
Slots? Props. More props. for
Slugs.
each event. The way the props work is it'll ask you like, hey, who's going to do muscle ups unbroken and all 30 reps will be this person or this person. And then you pick those people. So each workout will have a prop. JR, thanks for coming on. I'll see all of you guys on. I'm sure at the latest I'll see you on probably the night before, Thursday night. I'm sure we'll have a powwow. Big Air and B with all the boys staying in it again. It's going to be a wild weekend.
Are you coming?
I'm not. I'm going to be right here, sitting right here.
Who all's in the Airbnb?
Not Grunler, Tyler,
Bill, Tyler, me.
Rios.
Rios is coming.
Yeah, Rios is coming. Oh yeah, he's bringing a wife and a baby, so you guys got to make sure he gets like a room with a bathroom.
John and Tyler are going to take turns changing the diapers, making sure they know what to do.
Practicing.
Souza will be there.
Hey, I specialize in the NICU. I'm all about the diapers, man.
There you go.
That was my specialty.
All right, guys. I'll see you in the morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be talking about step-by-step work with the exerciser. See you guys then. Bye-bye.